Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. The Cleveland Cavaliers are in a tough spot. They're down 0-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals. They lost to the Knicks last night, 109-93. Josh Hart had 26 to lead New York. Donovan Mitchell also had 26 to lead the Cavs. Game 3 is Saturday night in Cleveland at 8. The Guardians are hot. They've won 6 straight. They completed a 4-game sweep of the Detroit Tigers yesterday, winning 3-1. They start a series in Philadelphia with the Phillies at 6:40 tonight. The Reds had an off day yesterday. They're starting a home series with St. Louis this evening at 6:40. You can hear that on the Fan too at 6:10. The Buckeye baseball season came to an end with a 3-0 loss to Michigan at the Big Ten tournament out in Iowa. World Hockey Championships right now. Canada leads Slovenia 2-0. Denton Matejchuk has one of the goals for Team Canada. Breaking sports news as it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
So where's the office, back at division? In the office, baby. Going up.
All right, here we go. Into a wet and wild weekend. Glad you're aboard. Rothman and Ice, Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and the Loose Cannon. Boys, how we feeling?
What up? Feeling good. Yeah, it's Friday. Deal or No Deal is on the TV in the studio, and it's an extended weekend. It's a holiday weekend. So I know the weather outside right now is looking great.
Frightful?
But listen, man, I'm feeling pretty good today. How are you, my man?
Not bad.
Good.
Not bad.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yep.
This is spring in Ohio. I say it every year. We don't dry out till June. We really don't. And maybe parts of June are still wet. You know what I've said for 15 years. Cold, wet, and hot. Those are our seasons. Like it, lump it, whatever. It's here. All right. So we've got a lot to do today. Of course, we'll start with the Cavs, but I do want to mention that we'll do Gold Jacket Thursday today on a Friday because up in Canton, they're doing their big ribs burn-off weekend. I hope that the weather doesn't burn them right off. But one of the legends of the game, Jack Ham, who was on the steel curtain, outside linebacker, number 59 in black and gold, teamed with Jack Lambert. The team was absolutely loaded. 4 titles, 6 years, that's all. He's going to come on at 1 o'clock. He is going to be one of the judges for the ribs.
For the rib off?
Tomorrow. Yeah. A guy named Ham.
If I do
judging the ribs.
I got to have some sauce. I've never, AR, really enjoyed a dry rub on my ribs. Like, it really hasn't worked out well for my taste buds. Do you like dry rub seasoning on your ribs, or do you need that sauce?
Sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried the dry rub on the wings. Not liking it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Doesn't work
it's all
for
right.
me.
It keeps them kind of crispy and all that.
Yeah, no.
But no. But he'll be on today at 1 o'clock, and we'll talk about his legendary career and everything that's going up in Kent because, by the way, admission is free all 3 days, and they're doing just everything up there. I mean, there's beer and seltzers and live music and fireworks, hopefully, if the weather holds out, and a car show and just everything up there. So he'll be a big part of it. The Hall of Fame Ribs Burn-Off. You can check it out online. You can check it out online.
Shout out to James.
And, yeah, I'm actually just reading the event schedule now. They've got bands and all sorts of stuff. But I'm really looking forward to talking to him because he was part of such an iconic franchise, and they weren't good when he got there. But he's a kid from Western PA. And, you know, one of my favorite football movies of all time is All the Right Moves. It's Tom Cruise is in it, and Sean Penn's brother's in it. And there's kind of a scene where they're going through kind of the end of high school, and Penn is actually getting married to his high school sweetheart. And it's based in the 80s, and they kind of look at each other. They're having like one cold beer on his wedding day before he takes his vows, and Tom Cruise is trying to convince him, like, hey, we still got to go play football, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we still got to get scholarships and go play football. And he's like, hey, man, I got what I want. Like I'm getting married. I'm gonna have a kid. Like, and Cruz is like, you're my best friend. Like, we're gonna go play football together. We're gonna go to college and play football. And kind of like the marriage thing is ruining everything here. And they kind of just come to grips with it, and they just look at each other and they kind of clink the beers together. And they're like, I guess how we all, the two of us always dreamed of being a Steeler. And it kind of hit me. And now we're having Jack Ham on today. So a lot of nostalgia with that, with the Steel Curtain. So we'll talk to him then.
Yeah, that'll be really cool because, when you mentioned the Steel Curtain and the guys that were a part of that defensive unit and just that run of really good stuff from Pittsburgh, they built for me. And when I look at that brand and certain brands around sports, I think about certain units of the team. And when I see the Steelers brand, I still think defense to this day. And I know along the way, obviously throughout the decades, they've had some amazing offensive players
on that team.
But when I see the Pittsburgh Steeler logo, AR, I think defense and toughness. And he was a part of the unit that laid the foundation for that franchise for years and years and years. And so you mentioned specific units like the Steel Curtain. That's going to stand the test of time. Like, that's timeless. That unit. And so, talking to guys that were a part of that is always really, really cool. And so doing that at the top of the hour is going to be awesome to pick his brain on how they went about it and why they were so dominant.
So when I say when he got drafted, they weren't very good. He was drafted in 1971. In 1974, the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted 4 future Hall of Famers in one day. And they got a 5th that year who was undrafted in Donnie Shell, who we've had on the program before. So Lynn Swann, Jack Lambert, John Stallworth, and Mike Webster were all drafted in the same draft, and they all became Hall of Famers. And a lot of it is they were great players, and then you add them to just a great team, and everything fell into place. And an unbelievably legendary coach who probably doesn't get enough run in Chuck Noll. So we'll have him on later today at 1 o'clock, top of the hour. All right, so this is a tough one with the Cavs, right? Because the result's the same, and it felt a little ugly, but I'm not going to come in here and crush them because they tried everything. And their message to their team last night was, Brunson's not beating us. He's not going to beat us with the amount of points he can have. And so certainly from a strategic standpoint, it was fine. What they miscalculated was when they brought all that attention to him that someone else, and I always say, hey, make somebody else beat you, and they did. Josh Hart beat them, and he was wide open every time. And when Atkinson got to the podium, he didn't say, hey, we got unlucky, but he went more with they made shots and we missed shots. And he's right. Like, I can't come in today and say that I still don't think the Knicks are that much better than the Cavs.
I agree.
And last night was just kind of the old make or miss league. And one team was on fire, especially Hart. And Jalen Brunson is proving that when you take his shot away, you don't take his game away.
He's a playmaker. He has that in his bag as well. 14 assists from one guy in Jalen Brunson last night. 15 total for the Cavs last night. And that connects to everything that you just talked about on the Cavs side of things when they were getting open looks, and they got plenty of them in my mind. Like, I thought their process on offense was good. Like, they were getting the looks that they wanted. Like, Sam Merrill just didn't have it. He could not find his shot, especially early on in the game, where you just talk about time and time again him being open, which is just crazy to see, because that's the one guy they're probably looking at and saying, we can't leave him open, and he just didn't make them. And so that's the greatness of great players, going back to Brunson, is that in game one, we saw down the stretches that guy, you get him in one-on-one situations, he's going to cook the guy in front of him more times than not, whether it's Harden or some of the best defenders in the league. And then game two, Atkinson and his staff reassess the situation and say, we got to get the rock out of his hands as many times as we can and hope that Josh Hart does what he did in game one, which was not make anything. He was 1 of 5 from 3, and then he flipped it around and had a day. And even outside of what didn't happen for Sam Merrill, it was the guys down the line that were left open. And Strus, Mitchell didn't have a day, and questions about how healthy he is right now from 3. Well, whether it was Strus, Jalen Tyson, who got some minutes in this game, those guys just did not shoot well. And so when you got some of your best shooters going 3 of 21 from 3 on the road, you're going to find yourself in a tough spot, and that's exactly what happened. I didn't think they were bad on defense, AR. They only gave up 109 in the game. Like, I think you live with that. They just didn't have it offensively.
That's the lead. I agree with you. Their role players stunk. They couldn't hit anything. The praise I can give the Knicks is that Brunson knew exactly what the Cavs were going to try to do, and he said, okay, I'll beat you another way. Some stars, and this happens, say, I'm going to still do what I do, and then it turns into a 1-on-2 show, and it doesn't work out. Brunson's smarter than that. And Josh Hart, who had a great game, started 0 for 3. Like, he was not shooting well, and I think at that point, nobody was guarding him then. Like, I don't know whether his bad start led to them feeling comfortable, but the big lead is the Cavs started 5 for 10 on threes and went 4 for 24 after that.
Most of it. And that was Evan, most of it early. Yeah. He was doing his thing. And then Evan Mobley are only 2 shots the rest of the way after the first quarter. That can't happen.
Brunson, I think, had 2 points at half, and they were leading.
Yeah.
That tells you everything you need to know about the game. Like, if you play the box score game, you don't know the score, and I show you the box score, and you see Brunson has a deuce at half, you're like, Cavs put the clamps on him. They're in good shape.
Yeah, where we want to be. Connected with not only Hart's offensive output was his assist as well. I mean, 14 for Brunson, 7 for Josh Hart. So a guy that rarely ever does that at that high of a level, he showed up to the party and surprised everybody with what he was able to do. So now Atkinson and his staff now have to lock in and find a way to, do we go back to our game 1 game plan, or do we go stick with game 2? I like the game 2 game plan. Make Josh Hart do it again.
They just don't have the balance right now. They were top heavy here. And what's scary about this series is the runs that the Knicks have been able to go on. To light up an 18-0 last night and to light up the run they had in game 1. That's the scary part.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate there because I think this is just who the Cavs are, right? They just have shown us throughout the postseason they're not going to consistently be able to get stopped. So when you're that team, you got to make buckets, and they didn't last night.
Home cooking should help. Yep. Home crowd should help. Desperation should help.
I agree.
You'll hear from Coach Atkinson next, and also you'll hear from another Cleveland coach. Does Todd Monken really know his players? His reaction is kind of amazing. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2026 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10 TV and The Fan to relaunch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes. This week's honoree is Gus Teller, a freshman history teacher at Olentangy who truly builds community. Every day, Mr. Teller connects with students, leads with a smile, and makes history meaningful to the students' lives. From bad jokes to Star Trek, Gus creates a classroom where students feel valued, supported, and inspired to understand today's world together.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City.
Matty Ice here. Looking for the perfect family SUV this May? Then head to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion and lease a brand new 26 Chevrolet Equinox LT for as low as $259 a month. That's right, the stylish and versatile Equinox LT for just $259 a month. But hurry, this special won't last. Terms and conditions apply. Take delivery by June 1st, 2026. See dealer for details. They're just off Route 23 or 95 in Marion, or you can visit them at McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Again, that's McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Grilling season starts now at Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Our experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. Ohio State Urgent Care. This is world-class care.
recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Is it time to renew your Medicaid coverage? Don't miss out. When you renew your AmeriHealth Caritas Ohio benefits on time, you keep more than just your health care. You keep your extra perks too. That means doctor visits, dental, vision, plus extra benefits like school supply funds, baby essentials, rewards for health trivia games, and more. Don't risk losing the coverage and extras your family counts on. Visit AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew today. That's AmeriHealthCaritasOH.com/renew.
Last year, Eric Reeser and T-Bone staged the first annual Fan 5K. People had a good time and no one died. So we decided to do it all again. It all goes down Saturday, June 20th in Otterbein.
Presented by the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center.
Will Reeser's muscular calves explode? Will T-Bone's beard choke him while running? More importantly, will Tyvus, Common Man, and Timmy make total fools of themselves? Maybe. Magic 8 Ball says signs point to yes. Register today at 971therace.com. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We are going to see some heavy rain develop as we head into the afternoon and evening. Could see some localized flooding, so make sure you stay weather aware. Temperatures getting into the mid-60s with breezy winds, and then for tonight, the rain continues overnight. It will be steady, and temperatures down into the upper 50s with the breezy winds continuing. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. New special guests in everything scarlet and gray. The Fan. The perfect ratio of sports talk, dogs, pro wrestling, and gambling advice.
It's science.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Listen, could easily stole game one. I thought our process was right tonight, so that gives me confidence going home. Obviously, we got the great home crowd, have played well at home in the playoffs, so we need to get our legs under us. Quite honestly, we know their rest advantage, so getting home always helps with that, but definitely probably didn't have the juice tonight that we needed to, which is kind of it's going to hit it sometime.
He's not wrong. It just comes off as we didn't curl up and die, so everything's okay. So I think last night was more of an answer to the critics saying that they weren't even going to be in the game, that their minds would be elsewhere.
Yeah, you and I weren't buying any of that yesterday.
No, these are professionals who, by the way, should take that as even more motivation. There's enough motivation in losing. You add the way they lost in game one, and I could understand why people would say, okay, that might hang with them a little bit, but I was not buying that they're just going to curl up and die. And I actually I'm not going to be shocked if they lose tomorrow night, but they're a 2.5-point underdog. They're at home. They play really well at home. Their building is probably even better than MSG on a lot of occasions. It just sounds like it to me watching on TV. Atkinson's right. I don't know. The whole rest factor, that's get your so I guess the follow-up is, well, what are you going to do, Kenny? Not practice? What is this?
They probably
don't.
Is
it Kenny Atkinson?
Yeah, it's Kenny.
Okay.
They probably don't practice that much anyway.
That's right.
Yeah,
Hockey doesn't. Hockey's the same way.
Right.
These games are you got to keep your legs. So there really is no follow-up there other than, okay, stay off your feet. Listen, they loaded up on Brunson. He found others. Those others made shots. He's right. He's factually correct. they tried and they couldn't find balance. Yeah. Because the balance is, can you keep him from destroying you while also not leaving other guys open? And they couldn't find that balance last night because Hart knows his role. And then he does what's needed. And that's what I like about Josh Hart. They left him open after he started 0 for 3. And guess what? He burned him a lot. And like I said, Brunson knew what the Cavs were going to try to do, and he was patient. The big cat passed. Brunson passes. The Cavs role players have to make shots. I'd like to think they have enough stardom on their team to win. Plus, their defense, like you said, wasn't bad, but it's kind of soft traps. They're not really working. It kind of like last night I watched, like they kind of had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They really didn't know how to defend the Knicks last night.
I'm not going to go crazy about their defense, AR, because me personally, I've just kind of accepted what that's going to look like. It's just some of the silly mistakes, too, that happen like right out of the gate. Remember the play where Dean Wade is inbounding the ball and gives it right to the guy, and they get an easy basket. Like those type of buckets on the road in an atmosphere like that, especially that early in the game, can create an avalanche and put you behind the 8 ball. But they responded again, and that's why I was with you coming out of game 1 that I didn't think that at all this team was going to be shocked or fold or anything like that, because I think their run throughout the postseason has geared them up for this. And I think when you play in 2 Game 7s and you already have chemistry that they've built over the last couple of years outside of Harden and a few other guys, you can come back in game 2 and showcase themselves the way that they did. Speaking of Harden, I do want to give him some credit because it was a bit of a quiet-ish night to him. I think at this point in his career, he's 36. He's going to have some really good games. He's going to have some duds. At this point in his career, I just accept that's what he is. But no turnovers from James Harden was great to see, AR. We've been asking that from him all postseason long. It's the first game this entire postseason run to where he hasn't had a turnover. Wasn't perfect by any means, but I think that was a good sign to see that going up against that defense, that he can handle that well. So he's got to do it again, but that was a massive storyline all postseason long, was this guy's just not taking care of the ball and no turnovers. I think that was a bit of a positive coming from him.
It's a bit of a positive. He still can't stop a nosebleed, man. He just can't. I mean, Cat was taking him off the dribble. I mean, he is who he is, but you're right. I'm not going to, I'll look at it as a positive that he wasn't throwing the ball away and wasting possessions because they really can't afford to do that. Yeah. It's the 18-0 run. It's just, that's the trouble. Is that they're in a game and then they're not. And the New York starters had so much balance. Look at their box score. I mean, every one of their starters and their role players were good and they won the game. But I will say this, the Knicks fans chanting New York in 4 or whatever they were chanting at the end of the game.
What, Wemby?
Well, I don't
see that after game 1.
Easy.
They're already looking ahead.
And that's fine. Those are the fans. Those aren't the players. Right. I'm not going to blame the players for that. Right. But it makes you want to beat them even more. The Knicks in 4, when you know you're going to a place that's going to be tough, they're going to be desperate. They should have beat you in game 1. It's a little too cocky. They need to come
New York,
down.
Man.
It's New York. That's what I'm saying. I'm not breaking news here, but that's fine. You guys they can chant that all they want. They're fans. You
know what I think's cool, AR? Is I like the kind of alumni row that the Knicks have behind one of the buckets, and it's like Latrell Sprewell, Iman Shumpert, and Starks, and all. I think that's really cool. And I was sitting there last night. I'm like, I think that's the only team in sports that has that to that level, to where it's basketball. So many legends that come back and they're right there on the baseline. Yeah. There's something about that I like.
New York.
Some of the greats just right there watching such an important game. You always know you're going to get Bateman and Fat Joe and Tracy Morgan and but I think the alumni row that they have going on, I'm here for that. I think it's cool.
All right, so this was funny from yesterday. So I want to say this very clearly. Myles Garrett is not the only Brown star that's not at OTAs. If he was the only one, I think this would be a story. If he was the only one. But the fact that Delpit and Denzel Ward are also not there, again, the workouts are voluntary. There is no immediate crisis here. But here's the story. The story is that if you got a new boss, a new supervisor, and you were hoping that the old supervisor was going to get the job. And you weren't happy about it, and they weren't. They wanted Jim Schwartz. And this isn't to say that, is it Rutenberg?
Yeah.
Who's their guy? Yeah.
New DC up there.
So they got a new DC. You're just kind of hoping that they would come to the facility and take to the new boss the same way they took to the old boss, so they could feel kind of good about, hey, everyone's on board, we're professionals, we're moving forward. I'm not making a huge deal out of it, but I think the story is that if we got a new supervisor and we wanted the old supervisor to get the job, and then something came up here at the Fan where there was a voluntary Memorial Day picnic, and we knew the new boss was going to be there for the first time.
Yeah.
And the three of us decided it's voluntary. I'll see you when I see you, when I'm supposed to see you. It wouldn't be the biggest deal in the world, but it would send some message, I think, to the new DC. That's all. Not that they won't play hard, but it just will be there when we need to be there.
His presence and some other guys, but specifically Myles, him not being there for voluntary workouts isn't that big of a deal. It's not even a deal at all for me, honestly. It's not. He's
the star.
He's the star, right? Here's where I think it's a bit of a story, is that he and Monken have not met in person yet. That is odd to me, and the only reason why it's odd is because we know Myles has been in Cleveland. That's why it's strange. If we knew Myles was out with his new lady and he was just enjoying the all season, he's on the ground. And
it's a lady.
He's wherever he wants to be in the world with his millions and millions of dollars, then I would understand. Well, he's not even there. But he's in the city. He knows the team is doing something, and he knows he's got a new head coach. You can't stop by and say what's up, or, hey, let's link up and have a cup of coffee. Stop by the house. This is the face of the franchise.
Even if you want to go to the football point, Maddie, and just say, hey, just broad strokes, some new schemes, football talk, casual football talk. We're not running you through any major drills here. It's just like, hey, the new guy's here. Let's get his philosophy. Let's hear. I'm going to be, you don't have everybody. You always know you're not going to have everybody at OTAs.
Yeah.
But sometimes the stars set the agenda for the rest of the team because they're the ones that set the example. And what I said about Monken, like not knowing his players, it's like when he was asked this, and TLC has this, play the soundbite when he was asked about Myles Garrett.
Just for the record, have you had any face-to-face with Garrett yet?
Myles?
Yeah.
No.
And that was that.
Do they have another guy named Garrett on the team? Because if they do, then his response is okay. But if they don't, wait, Myles? Which Garrett do you speak of?
Just for the record, have you had any face-to-face with Garrett yet?
Myles?
Yeah.
Myles? Myles?
Booby Balls?
I mean, we haven't met, but we're on a first-name basis.
I have a question for you, sir, that I would like to ask you after the break about Myles Garrett.
All right.
And something that may or may not happen this weekend and whether or not you think it matters. We'll do that next in 2 minutes. It's Rothman Ice right here on The Fan.
Does your HVAC struggle through this rough winter? When it comes to your home comfort, trust the local experts at Columbus Worthington Air. Right now, you can save up to $2,000 on a new HVAC system with our trade-in allowance program. At CWA, we treat your home like it's our own with safe, reliable service backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit CWAOhio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Now is the time to call Comer & Cross and transform your garage with a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor. Maybe your garage floor has exposed concrete with stains and cracks or a bad epoxy or paint job. Well, a new Comer & Cross garage floor will transform your entire garage in just one day. Now, here's the great part of this whole story. If you call them right now, they're going to take 50% off installation. Yeah, that's right, 50% off installation from Comer & Cross when you call them today at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard, guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. Plus, they make it easy. They'll take your stuff out of the garage for you. They'll fix your cracks and pits perfectly like it's a new garage floor, and then they'll apply the proprietary finish that you pick Yeah, I said it. They'll fix your cracks and pits. What's wrong with that? That's what you want. So call them today at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR to get 50% off installation. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to comercross.com.
When you saw your heating bills this winter, did you think this is out of control? The problem is your house is leaking money, and the only thing higher than your heating bills are your cooling bills. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us fix your energy bill problem for good. If you aren't foam insulated, you really aren't insulated. For $99 a month, interest-free, we'll foam your home and help cut those energy bills. 529-2440 or usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
What's up, knuckleheads? You're listening to Rothman and Ice on The Fan. It's not terrible.
All right. This is what we do in late May. They got a new coach, a new DC, a first-time head coach, a DC that most people haven't heard of, a DC that had a very weird, unceremonial ending in Cleveland that came with a lot of, perhaps a little bit of yelling or what have you with Jim Schwartz. And there was a little bit of,
little static there?
Yeah. Almost like I'll leave, but on my own terms, and I'll leave when I want to leave. And,
okay.
Nobody's getting issued a trespass warning. I'm just saying that it was just a little odd. And I'm sure his players who liked him a lot and respected him were like, damn, I wish he was staying. I wish he got the head coach job.
It's absolutely that, AR. And I think it's like as a player, too, like we love the system that we're in. Like it works for me. It works for us. We have success with this guy. And I'm sure even bigger than that outside the football stuff is they probably liked him as a dude, too, and how he went about his business. So him,
the real dude's dude,
being in charge of the entire operation, I can understand why a lot of guys supported that. Clearly, the ownership group and everybody that makes the decisions up there had a different vision of where they wanted this to go, and they felt like they wanted to get things in order on offense, and Jim Schwartz, they wanted him to be a part of it, but Jim wanted to have full control, and he felt like he had earned it at that point. You could understand why his mind was there, and so they wanted the best of both worlds. Jim said, hey, you know what? You guys can kick rocks. I'm going elsewhere, and we haven't really heard from him. Like, I would love to hear his side of the story. I don't know if he'll ever do that, but that'll be interesting. But, yeah, he's been out of sight, out of mind for a while. Now it's the Monken show, and he's got to hope that this Myles thing doesn't become anything, and I don't think it will become anything until we get to mandatory minicamp on June 9th. If that's the day and we're sitting here doing the show together, AR, and he's not there, then
if he's not there, then something's really wrong, and then the trade talk will start coming again, and
correct. So, but what if he's there tomorrow in Cleveland, courtside at Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals, part owner of the team, brand ambassador for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
I almost expect him to be there.
Does that send any type of if you're Todd Monken?
No, it doesn't send any message, and I'll tell you why. Because if he's choosing not to be here now, I'm going to assume there's nothing wrong. He's not sick. There's not anything going on in his family.
Yeah.
We haven't heard that he has a family. There's no excuse that would be justified. He's only not showing up because he doesn't have to be there.
I'm here with my family.
If he said that, then it's okay. But that's why if he shows up at the Cavs game and he didn't go to OTAs, I'd almost expect it, because that means that his free time he's valuing right now.
As he should.
And that he's allowed not to be on house arrest just because he didn't go to OTAs. Like, I used to say this to you guys all the time that, sometimes people have narratives where, somebody will call in from work because their kid is sick. All right, that's big. Or something happened to the family, or somebody needs to get picked up from school.
Yeah.
There's no real difference between that and Matty Ice wanting to sit on his couch in his underwear playing video games, because that's your free time. I'm not judging that over someone that has something that would be deemed more important. So I know from a narrative standpoint, if Myles Garrett had something, hey, there was a family wedding or something there was a big moment that I had to be at. I couldn't be at OTAs. Maybe it would look better. But if he shows up at the Cavs game,
I just didn't know, AR.
No, I don't
If
think
this was similar to the conversation we have about players being sick on the bench and smiling and laughing.
Different. Totally different. That's a game that counts. And I always said to you, there's a difference between having an ankle sprain and being sick. If you're sick, you're usually in a pretty low mood. You're not feeling it. You might have a temperature, or you're fighting a cold or the flu, and you don't even need to be on the bench. Honestly, I don't even know why you would be on the bench. You could be on the bench with a twisted ankle.
Yeah, I just, for Myles, he's at a point in his career to where he's probably looking around and asking himself, do I want to be the defensive Joe Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
Because
we already went through this song and dance.
That's where this is going. That's where his career, I think, is mirroring a little bit of what Joe Thomas did, meaning incredible individual success. He's got 2 defensive players of the year. If he gets a third, he's in elite company with only 3 other guys that have 3 in the history of the sport, with Donald and Watt and Lawrence Taylor, I believe. And so, for Myles Garrett right now, that's a question. I'd ask,
I'll tell you what, Maddie, I'll let you know. Gong.
Because you're going to be courtside tomorrow, baby.
Not going to be courtside.
Watch out for AR tomorrow.
That's also the wrong one.
Actually, strike 2.
Finally.
Actually, I like the other ones better.
That's cool that you're going to the game tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be rocking in there.
Yeah.
Are you going to be? Well, you're probably not going to be a Gen Pop knowing you, but they like to do the T-shirt stuff. Are you going to be waving a T-shirt around?
Let them know.
It'll look great on the dogs.
You got to participate, AR, I think.
Oh, if I get a free T-shirt?
They like to do the towels or the T-shirts or whatever, and then they'll the beginning
Just
of the
a rally
game.
towel?
I want you to be all...
A terrible towel? Well, Ohio State had towels, right? They just wanted you to bring them back every time. Am I wrong about that?
Oh, man, I forgot about that.
Just put them in a safe spot.
Wash it, bring it back.
Next week, you don't have to wash it unless you sneezed in it. Maddie?
Yeah.
I think the bet here is, will he be there?
I think he's going to be there. I think he's in the building.
I think he should be.
For sure.
And I'd be okay with it.
What if Monken is there?
Maybe they'll meet face-to-face for the first time at a Cavs game. At a playoff game.
Imagine if they don't. Imagine if Todd Monken is at the game.
Where would he be sitting? He'd be in a suite.
I think he's going to be on the floor somewhere.
Monken.
Behind a basket, maybe.
No, I'm going to say he won't be.
Okay, so you think he wants to be in the cut?
Wow. OTAs, how long is this? Is this done now? Where are we on this?
I don't know. But if you
exactly, that's how important they are.
If you are Monken and you go find Garrett, Myles, if you see Myles Garrett there, and obviously they're not communicating, so they would stumble into each other. But if they're in different sections, and maybe Todd Monken's under the basket, maybe Myles Garrett's behind the bench or something like that. If you're Todd Monken, do you go introduce yourself or no? Because it's kind of one of those things. It's if you do it, then everyone's we're watching those two meet for the first time. That's weird. But if you don't do it, then everybody knows. Todd Monken and Myles Garrett knew that they were one section apart, and no one
didn't speak to each other at all.
No one took the initiative.
I'll keep an eye out on that for you. By the way, they come back after the holiday, so they're good now. They were off. Yesterday was the final day of the first phase of workouts, and they'll come back for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yep.
And then they'll come back again in early June for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Imagine the headlines, AR.
They were a section over.
Oh, they did speak? Who do you think flinches first?
I don't know if Monken's going to be there.
Who do you think flinches first in this scenario? Monken or Myles?
I don't think Monken wants to even put himself in a position that he would feel obligated to go meet his player face-to-face for the first time at a basketball game. I don't. I think that's why you stay away.
If the Cavaliers invite Todd Monken, do you think he asks them, hey, do you know if Myles Garrett's going to be there?
Who's on the RSVP list? Are we in the same suite? Are we sitting next to each other? That would be awesome. Maybe the Cavs take it upon themselves to bring these two together. Just randomly invite both.
It needs
sit
to
them in the same row.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. I'd be very surprised. Not if Myles is there, Garrett, or...
Myles is in the building tomorrow. He usually sits...
I think that'd be the favorite. Oh, you know where he sits.
Yeah, because you can see him on TV. Like, he's right behind... Not right... Like, you know where the scores table is? He's, like, in that first chair right by the scores table. So, like, you know, the benches and the guys walk in front of their players and
so
their
he's
coaches.
staring at a ref's behind for a lot of the game. Is that what you're telling me?
Sure.
All right.
So he's basically Kenny Atkinson's bodyguard.
He's taking a little bit of talc shrapnel back in the day. All right. I'll be on the lookout, Matty.
What time are you heading up tomorrow? You making a day of it, or what are we doing?
Night of it.
Oh, just...
No, overnight.
Oh, overnight.
Oh, yeah,
That's how you do it.
It's a night game.
I like that. Okay, I like that. Didn't know if you needed to get back or not. But, yeah, go to a little telly. Enjoy yourself, man. Let them know, AR.
I'll let them know. The boys from Sugardale. The boys of summer. All right. We're going to come back with overs and unders. TLC has something that will dazzle the eye and illuminate the mind. Next, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
Put more money back in your pocket this spring with special rates as low as 8.99% APR on debt consolidation loans from BMI FCU. Transfer your high-interest credit cards today. Apply at bmifcu.org/consolidate.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Listen to The Beat with Austin and Byrne, now powered by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Get the latest Buckeye news, insights, and unbeatable analysis every day. Don't miss a moment. Stream The Beat with Austin and Byrne, sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. After suffering an injury, you may face many hard questions. What will tomorrow bring? Which firm should I choose to represent me and my family? At Morgan & Morgan, we will hold your hand every step of the way. From our one-click sign-up, mobile apps, and 24/7 availability, we make it easy to get your case started right from the comfort of your couch. All firms are not the same. The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Not all dental practices are the same. Most do a little bit of everything.
Primarily maintenance and teeth cleanings.
But where do you go when you need serious restoration? Who can give you a brand new smile that's comfortable?
At Runyon Dental Group, we are trained experts in restorative dentistry.
Restoration is all we do.
We can give you a gorgeous, new, comfortable, healthy smile. No matter what the condition of your teeth.
Even if you have no teeth, and we can do it comfortably.
Runyon Dental Group.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. This is the time of year to enjoy some nice weather. Usually the temperature's pretty good. Those nice spring days where you get outside, you just feel that breeze. It's awesome. But coming soon, it's the hot, hot months of summer, and we know in those months, you're going to want your air conditioning running. You're going to want your windows to keep that cold air inside your house. You don't want to lose money running your air conditioner constantly, all because your builder grade or old windows are just not getting the job done. That's where Window Nation comes in. Window Nation's got their buy 4 windows, get 4 free sale going on now. You can replace all the windows in your home for summer and get half of them for free. Plus, you can get 0 down payment and no payments or interest for 2 years. And of course, all Window Nation windows come with a lifetime warranty, so you can relax knowing your home is protected far into the future. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Schedule your fast free consultation now. WindowNation.com. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free sale going on now. WindowNation.com.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice presents Overs and Unders.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys. For all your roofing, siding, and gutter needs, contact the Roofing Guys at theroofingguys.com.
Jack Ham, top of the hour. Steeler legend. Give me Ham on 5, hold the mayo. What do you got, TLC?
All right, so I've been taking a look at this On 3 Top 100 list that they have for college football this year because yesterday, I believe, was 100 days until the college football season.
Let's go.
So that's our first benchmark, I guess. I don't know.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Get rid of the summer.
I don't know when
We haven't even had spring yet, but let's go.
No, we are in spring. With this rain every single day, we are in it.
Yeah, but summer's going to fly, AR,
sadly.
because Love Island starts June 2nd, and then you know what starts in July.
Big brother.
Is that your big brother?
So summer's about to be a wrap for you, sir. I'm here to tell you
talking
that.
to somebody, a little turtle, and we were talking just regular stuff, golf, and he goes, hey, AR, he goes, I'm not trying to wish the golf season away, but how the Buckeyes going to be this year? Well, you just did. You just wished it away. It was just funny the way he said it. It was perfect. I thought of both you guys when he said it. Like, listen, I know it's raining right now, and the weekend's going to get washed, but we don't get to play much golf up here, 5-6 months tops. But how the Buckeyes going to be?
We need you locked in on Love Island this season.
Why?
That is not a Rothman show.
But
Why?
I think he may,
It's a
after
double
a
lie.
while, get into it.
Love
I
Island.
think
It's way too much of it's like golf. It's too much of a commitment unless you're really excited about
A
it.
group of single people move to a luxury villa in the hope of finding love in the summer of their lives. Throughout the series, there are shock twists and surprise announcements that will test the relationships between the islanders and to remain in their luxury paradise and stand a chance of winning the, is it 50 grand? Something like that?
Sure, yeah, that sounds about right.
Contestants must, quote, couple up and with the hearts of each other in the public as they ultimately decide who stays and who goes on Love Island.
Tap in for the first week.
Check out the lineup.
Do a little vibe
Give
check.
me a roster check.
Okay. You might like what you see. You might like what you see. All right, TLC, what do you got cooked up, man?
All right, so the On 3 Top 100 college football players for 2026. How many Buckeyes are in the top 100 over under 4.5?
So, AR, the gimmies, Jeremiah Julian.
Jeremiah, Julian, probably
Jermaine Matthews Jr.?
I was thinking more of Bo Jackson.
Okay, he was on my list for sure. I feel better about Bo than Jermaine. Not that Jermaine's not a great player, but is he at that level yet outside of Columbus? I'd be curious to know that. So we're in lockstep, Jeremiah, Julian, Bo.
I don't think Devin Sanchez would be yet.
Not quite.
But I think in our world, he probably will be.
Yeah.
So what does that get us to?
Kenyatta Jackson had a solid season a year ago, but is at top 100 worthy.
On the edge.
He's another guy.
You said 4.5. Here's the other narrative that I'd like to combat, which is the offensive line not being known nationally as a real strength at Ohio State last year.
Okay.
Could we get one of these guys on there? Could you get a Austin Saraveld, a Luke Montgomery? Could you get one of them on in the top 100?
Fair question and ask, no doubt. Do we need to also think about a transfer portal guy that came in? Could they try to fool us with some trickery there? James Smith, Earl Little. Any of those guys.
If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
I'd like to say that Ohio State being ranked in the top probably 3 preseason would have more than 4.5, but they're not. It's not a team outside of the big names we've talked about that's littered with household names yet.
So it feels like an under to me.
Who does the picking on this? Just a consensus of reporters from On 3?
I assume that On 3 has multiple contributors.
Feels like an under to me right now.
Can't get to 5? We named like 7 or 8.
It's not that I don't think these guys are worthy of that. Have they proven enough yet, some of these guys? That's all.
All right, I'll ride with Maddie on the 4 or less right now.
The under is correct. It is only 4. I will piggyback that with how many defensive Buckeyes are in the top 100. I told you there are 4 total. How many are on defense? Over under a half.
Jeremiah, Julian, I said Bo. You dropped Kenyatta.
I'm with you, Bo.
I'm with Saraveld. I'm with somebody on the O-line. Anthony.
Ohio State will either win the championship or have 0 players in the top 100.
Defensive player in the top 100 up for preseason and being a top 3 team.
Kenyatta had, I believe, like 6.5 sacks or something like that last year.
Over?
I want to say it's him.
We're going to say over.
It's under. There are 0 defensive Buckeyes in the top 100.
Well, that should serve a little motivation.
And I can now give you all 4. Jeremiah Smith and Julian Sayin, as were expected.
What numbers are they?
We'll get to those in just a second. Bo Jackson was a consensus there, and the 4th was Austin Saraveld.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Those are the 4. Where is Jeremiah Smith ranked? Over under 1.5.
Huh. Who's going to be better? I mean, who would you even imagine that would be better?
You know what this kind of reminds me of, AR? The conversation that was had around Jeremiah Love leading into the draft. That he's the best player, but he's not going to go number 1. So
could there be a quarterback that's ranked number 1?
But I don't think it is.
There's only 2 that it could be. Arch Manning or Dante Moore. That's it. I don't see anybody else.
I think Jeremiah's number 1 on this list.
I think he is too.
You're both correct. Where is Julian Sayin in the top 100? Over under 6.5.
Wait, number 6.5?
Yeah.
Oh, over. We just got done talking. There are people who think he's not even a first-round NFL pick right now. He's over 6.5. Got to be.
I think it's over. Yeah, that feels right to me.
He is number 9.
Ooh, how many quarterbacks, unless you're going down this road?
Well, it's almost like you're reading my notes.
Okay, do your thing.
How many quarterbacks are in the top 10? Over under 4.5, and we'll wrap it here.
So we know Dante's there.
We already gave us Julian.
We know Julian so I can give you at least 1.
Well, Arch, Dante, Julian, and...
Arch, Dante, Julian.
That would be it.
Arch, Dante, Julian.
Right?
Unless there's some wild card and somebody or they really like, I don't know, like...
I would think under. Or I think we have the guys.
Those 3 are for sure in there, AR. But is there somebody else we need to be talking about here?
Not that I know of. Not in the top 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go under. I'm with AR on this.
You're right, but you're wrong. It is under 4.5, but it's 4, not 3. They have Dante Moore at number 2, Sam Levitt number 8, Julian Sayin number 9.
Sam Levitt?
Arch Manning number 10.
LSU?
In the top 10. Coming in from Arizona State.
Is he healthy?
Fair question.
There were a lot of comments about him in particular.
Okay.
He's kind of dominating the comment section.
All right. It's fun. It's polarizing. It's a good list.
Yeah.
I'm honestly impressed that Julian is where he is on their list. I mean, he's incredibly efficient.
Yeah.
And
well, he could be CJ Carr, who's ranked 85th.
Wow. Really? All right, we're going to come back top of the hour. We have a Gold Jacket Friday with the legendary Steeler Jack Ham from Canton. That's top of the hour next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Joseph Senta and Dr. Barry Zeta at Ohio Vein and Vascular are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. They can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. 3 locations to serve you at Polaris, Reynoldsburg, and now open downtown. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Right now, get 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucson SE. 0%, plus make no payments for 90 days. Columbus or Dublin or glakeshyundai.com. With approved credit, not all will qualify. N61.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Hello, I'm Ozempic.
And I'm other GLP-1s kind of like him. Hey, did I hear there's a pill version of Ozempic?
Yep, you sure did. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets 9 milligrams and Ozempic semaglutide injection 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Hey, I'm Pick.
And I'm Paul.
My partner here is making his first do-it-yourself fix-your-own-car video.
How do I look?
Like you need a shave.
I'm serious.
Go!
Hey, this Friday through Monday during Dollar Days at Pick and Pull, every part you pick and pull from the yard is 50% off.
You're such a DIYer and social influencer.
From doors to fenders, every part is half off.
Yeah.
Seats are just $15. Doors are $25. Floor mats are just $1.
Are you posing?
Yeah, influencers pose.
This Friday through Monday, fix your car yourself and save 50% off any part during Dollar Days at Pick and Pull.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Celebrate America's 250th anniversary right here in Ohio. America 250 Ohio is partnering with communities across the state to bring events and experiences to all 88 counties all year long. Explore Ohio's history on dynamic driving trails, enjoy Ohio-related movie screenings, or attend engaging history talks, plus so much more. See the full calendar of events and discover what's happening near you at america250-ohio.org. Sponsored by the Ohio History Connection, aired by the OAB and this station.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Whether you're repping the orange and brown or shouting Who Day, the ultimate football pilgrimage is closer than you think. Ditch the living room, get the family on the road, and make the short drive to greatness and visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton. From the backyard to the gridiron, it's the one place where every fan comes together to create new family memories. Make it a weekend to remember and see why Ohio truly is the heart of football. Visit profootballhof.com and plan your visit today.
There's an old story about cat toys that's been retold for over 20 years because it perfectly explains who we are. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Years ago, a couple who shared their house with 3 cats had another company out to look at their furnace. After working on it, the technician said it was dangerous and had to be replaced. The couple called Care for a second opinion, and my dad Mike went out to help them. When he inspected the furnace, the cause of the problem became obvious. A cat toy had been stuffed into the heat exchanger. With the toy removed, the furnace ran perfectly. Now, how did the toy get there? You can decide for yourself, but here's what mattered then and still matters now. The first company paid commissions to their service techs to sell new furnaces. At Care, we pay our technicians to fix furnaces, not sell you a new one. And if a new furnace is needed, our team of replacement specialists will advise you on all options available and help you make your best choice. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Isaiah Jacob. Last night in the NBA, the Cavaliers fell to the Knicks 109-93. Cleveland now trails the series 2-0 as it shifts back home for games 3 and 4. The Cavs return to the floor tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. In Major League Baseball tonight, the Guardians visit the Phillies with first pitch at 6:40, while the Reds host the Cardinals, also starting at 6:40. In NFL news, reigning MVP Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams have agreed to a one-year, $55 million contract extension. And NASCAR is mourning the loss of Kyle Busch. The two-time Cup Series champion passed away yesterday at the age of 41 following a severe illness. Busch leaves behind one of the most successful careers in racing history. This update was sponsored by Germain Toyota. For unbeatable service and sales, visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Brights Road or online at germaintoyota.net.
Rothman and Ice present Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
All right, it's a massive Friday for us. Just a kid from Western PA, second rounder back in 1971, number 34 overall out of Penn State. 8 straight trips to the Pro Bowl, 4 Super Bowl titles in 6 years. Arguably the best outside linebacker in the history of the game. He was enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in the class of 1988. He was always known as the Iron in Pittsburgh Steel, number 59 in black and gold. We welcome back to Ohio the Jackhammer. Jack Ham, how you feeling, my man?
I am feeling great, especially after that introduction. I'm feeling really good.
Well, I'm motivated, and we are to have you on. It's so cool. Let's start back in the day. So explain to me who Steve Smear is and why you and I would not be talking right now without him.
Well, Steve Smear, it's funny you should say that. I just talked to him this morning, but he is my teammate at Bishop McCourt High School in Johnstown, PA. And when I went off after our senior year, he went to Penn State and was an outstanding player there for 4 years. I went off to a military academy, Massanutten Military Academy, for 1 year, and I thought I was going to go on to VMI from there. And my football career was not going all that great. And at the end of my postgraduate year, I was looking for a college to go to and just to go to school, not to play football, but to just be a student. And I was going to go to Penn State. But at the end of the year, George Welsh, who was the recruiter in that area, saw me play and asked Steve Smear about me, and Steve gave me a glowing recommendation. And somebody turned down a scholarship to Penn State and went to Iowa. I forget the guy's name. And they had one scholarship left, and I ended up getting that scholarship in the beginning of May. So you talk about not being a 5-star recruit, but if hadn't Steve Smear gone to Joe Paterno and given me I think he might have inflated my career a little bit, but that recommendation put me over the top, and I ended up getting that last scholarship.
It's a really cool story.
So he was Steve Smear, and he's a dear friend of mine to this day. And, when people do something like that for you, you can just never forget it.
Yeah, no doubt, Jack. And it's appreciate your time. This is awesome to get to talk to you. And you were obviously a part of so much success as a Steeler. I want to lock in, though, on the Super Bowl runs that you were a part of. And when you look back at the 4 Super Bowl rings that you have, and you look at those journeys along the way, is there one of those Super Bowl runs that sticks out to you more than the others that you're really proud of looking back at what you did and what the team did to get to that Super Bowl win?
Yeah, I always think it's the first one. It is a big hurdle in pro football to get through the division, get through in the playoffs, win playoff games, win championship games, and get to the Super Bowl and win that as well. And that's a tough road to go through. And getting over the hump, we end up winning back-to-back twice. But the first one is by far the hardest. We had to beat the Raiders, they were our big rival back then, in the AFC Championship game in Oakland. We had to win it there, and then we beat Minnesota in the Super Bowl. And to this day, I think for a lot of the players on that team, in that locker room, and the chief, who was Mr. Rooney, the owner of the team, getting that Lombardi trophy, that is probably the highlight. And our first Super Bowl is really something special.
You know, Jack, it's interesting because when you went there, they weren't that good. And did you dream and want to play and be a Steeler anyway, just being a kid from PA? Was that always the dream, regardless of how good they were when they picked you?
No, not really. You know, I grew up in Johnstown. I went to Penn State and obviously got drafted here. I thought if I get drafted somewhere else, and the day before the draft, the Giants called me and they said they were going to draft me in the first round, and San Diego Chargers, the same thing. And being a naive kid at 21 years old, I believed those guys, but I didn't get drafted till Pittsburgh picked me in that second round, early in that second round. So I thought I was going to go somewhere else and give me an opportunity to live somewhere else for a period of time. And if I wanted to come back, fine. If not, but I thought it'd be a different experience for me. But it couldn't have ended up better because when I played in the college all-star game after my senior year, before going to Pittsburgh training camp, everybody in that college all-star game, from Plunkett to Jack Tatum and all the guys, Young Blood, all the guys I played with, it was like condolences they were giving me to go to Pittsburgh because they were such a bad football team. And ironically, it turns out that draft and the draft in '74 put us into a championship form.
Jack, how do you feel about the current direction of the Pittsburgh Steelers, going away from Mike Tomlin, just a model of consistency as a head coach for a long, long time, and now turning the page to Mike McCarthy and running it back with Aaron Rodgers? Your thoughts on that?
Well, I think, number one, I think sometimes after a period of time, I think you lose the voice, I think, sometimes with a team. And, Tomlin was there for a long period of time, just like when I played for Chuck Noll, who I think is one of the greatest coaches of all time. But after a period of time, I think your message kind of runs its course, I think, and they made the change. But, it's always the case. In my era, we had Bradshaw. And when you have that quarterback and you can go start with that, you can build around that and build one hell of a football team. And until you get that quarterback situation settled. So I'm not sure it's settled with a 42-year-old quarterback, but they got some young guys here as well. So we'll see what happens.
Hall of Famer Jack Ham, the Steelers' legendary linebacker, with us on a Gold Jacket Friday here on Rothman and Ice. Who was more of a nut, Bradshaw or Jack Lambert? Seems like they were both kind of crazy.
Well, I think we have each one of them on each side of the ball. Bradshaw, which I always give him credit because you know how quarterbacks are. Their egos are bigger than all outdoors. But he was a guy who could throw the football and had an incredible arm. But those first two Super Bowls, we're winning games 20-7, 2014. They weren't high-scoring games. But when we needed him to throw the ball in the last two Super Bowls, we're winning, 41-25, and he's put all these points on the board. All he wanted to do was win football game. He didn't care if he got the stats. And as you well know, quarterbacks sometimes want those numbers, and it's refreshing when you see a guy like that who's one of the best players on your team care about the team thing first.
What were some of your favorite back and forths throughout your career, whether it was a specific team, a specific quarterback, like the matchups for you that really got you juiced up and ready to go?
Well, I think it was always the Raiders against Kenny Stabler, and that group was always a big game because we're playing them normally a playoff game or a championship game. And I really believe back then if they were in a different conference, we'd have been playing for Super Bowls instead of AFC championship games. But the team also that came on for us later on was the Houston Oilers, and Earl Campbell was just something special. I always kid other linebackers throughout the league. You never got to play against Campbell maybe once at the most. I ended up playing against him 3 times a year back-to-back because we played him in our division twice, and then we had to play in the AFC championship games against him. And he was just he's the best football player I ever played against, and he brought his game every time. And we were able to win those football games, but he was a guy that you had to pay attention to, or in pro football, he would embarrass you.
He's Jack Ham. He's in Canton, and you can't miss him. He'll be the guy in the gold jacket this weekend, 12:30 to 1:45 tomorrow, Hall of Famer at the Hall. He'll do some meet and greets from 2 to 4. You'll be judging the Ribs Burn Off, a great weekend up there, the 3rd annual. So you'll be judging and probably sampling as well, and you'll be helping to announce the winners and take some photos. It's so good to have you back in Ohio. When you think about the defenses when they discuss them, the Bears of 85, the Ravens of 2000, your Steel Curtain for many years. Give me your best defense on why it is the best.
Well, I think it's the best because we could play that game on our defense any way an offense wanted to throw at us. You know, for example, the Raiders were a power football team, pound the ball, and then play action with Kenny Stabler. Then we played the Cowboys in 2 Super Bowls where they spread you all over the field, all kind of motion, different things. Any way you wanted to play it on offense, we had a defense that could react to that. And I think the key for us, we had obviously Joe Green up front, whatever, but when you have that lockdown corner like Mel Blount on the outside for that long a period of time, he lets you do a lot of different things back there to confuse a quarterback. So I know all the defenses you mentioned are all great defenses, but we could play against any offense out there.
1975 Defensive Player of the Year. Give me a quick comment on the change at Penn State and the transition you expect there at your alma mater.
Well, Matt Campbell, he brought in a number of quality players from Iowa State. He is an outstanding coach. We are very fortunate to get Matt Campbell. I think he's going to do a great job. Early in the year, we got to make sure you get that chemistry with your football team on both sides of the ball. That'll be important for us going forward. But I think Penn State was very fortunate to get Matt Campbell.
Do you have a favorite piece of memorabilia that you've held on to from your playing days or from your teammates?
No, not really. I mean, the things that the Super Bowl rings, the Hall of Fame rings, I really don't wear them. It's the experience. The experience with Joe Green, and then after winning our AFC Championship game in Oakland and flying back with him. Those are the experiences with Mike Wagner making big interceptions in Super Bowls. So, it's the chemistry you have with those players that means a lot to me. So, no, I don't have any one piece of memorabilia.
I thought maybe you'd be the second part of Joe Green, Here a Kid, Catch. Maybe you'd have a jersey.
What a great commercial that is.
Best
it's
ever.
It's a side of Joe Green that most people have not seen.
Best ever. Hammer, this was amazing. Be well. Enjoy your time at football heaven. You deserve it. Soak it in, my man.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.
Thank you. You too. Jack Ham, the Steeler legendary linebacker, up in Canton this weekend for their 3rd annual Ribs Burn Off. It's all free. They've got so much going on up there, including Jack Ham. And if you haven't been, this would be the weekend to go. We'll come back with the pressure cooker, Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Want to win free Hothead burritos or bowls for a year? Play the Hothead Scratch and Win game, where every card is a guaranteed winner. Even a trip to the Caribbean could be yours. Get to Hothead Burritos during Cinco de Monto and scratch away.
Bobby Carpenter here with my friend Jake Ballard with QC Kinetics, and both of us played football a long time, and one of the main things is you get beat up while you're playing, and the pain doesn't end just when you leave the field. It's always there.
So for me, I had a lot of pain in my left knee, and it was something that caused me aches and pains every day, especially in the morning and the evening. So looking for pain relief, I found QC Kinetics. They had a great reputation, and I wanted to find out more.
Jake, tell me about the process. Once you got into the office, how did that all go?
Once I arrived at QC Kinetics and went and saw Dr. Tesner, They told me all about my knee, put a game plan together, and we started treatment right away.
What is your day like now?
Now with QC Kinetics, I'm able to chase my crazy son around pain-free, and that's what matters most to me.
Take it from two former professional athletes. If we can get relief, the same is possible for you. Check out QC Kinetics, located in Dublin and in Gahanna. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544, or go to qckinetics.com/Columbus.
Welcome to Hollywood Casino.
What can I get you?
How you doing, Columbus? The same Hollywood you know, with a new hotel to love. Hollywood Casino and Hotel Columbus, coming June 2026. Book now. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Planning to buy a home in 2026? Not sure where to start? The Ohio Housing Finance Agency can help. With a step-by-step homebuyer's guide and financial tools, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency can make homeownership part of your future. Eligible homebuyers may qualify for down payment assistance and reduced mortgage interest rates. To see if you qualify and to find a mortgage lender, visit myohiohome.org.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Sleep Better Columbus has been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results and now has an office open in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
At Perkins Local Schools, we wanted to improve our literacy outcomes for our students. The union worked collaboratively with our administration to come up with a solution-driven process to help our students become better readers. We have been able to provide more resources for our teachers and empower our educators to use the best teaching practices to get the best outcomes for our students. My name is Pamela Schertz, and I am a proud member of the Perkins Education Association because strong unions make strong public schools for our students.
Good news. Jack has personally invited the fan to the Memorial Tournament, and we're broadcasting 30 hours of live content, and we'll try not to embarrass ourselves.
Sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We are going to see some heavy rain develop as we head into the afternoon and evening. Could see some localized flooding, so make sure you stay weather aware. Temperatures getting into the mid-60s with breezy winds, and then for tonight, the rain continues overnight. It will be steady, and temperatures down into the upper 50s with the breezy winds continuing. For the fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Under Pressure.
Sponsored by 3D Cabinetry. 3dcabinetry.net, where quality meets affordability.
All right, one of my favorite weekends with the Indy 500. Hopefully the weather will cooperate in the Circle City. I'm going to put the pressure on Pato O'Ward. Pato O'Ward needs to exercise some demons, and I'm hoping that the racing gods finally choose him. Will he time the right pit stop late in the race for that stretch run? He's starting 6th, outside row 2, pretty good spot. However, there's a real, as far as pressure goes, forget about just the result in itself. So he has to turn now to his backup car. Maddie, imagine that you're going to a big event. You get invited to some big, glitzy, 5-star event.
The Met Gala.
Yes, and your date is ill. And now you have to go to the backup date. I feel like that's what's happening here. And so he spoke about, he had a wreck on Monday, and he's got some nerves because it's not the car he's been using all month that he has to go into the race with on Sunday. It's not the one he qualified in, and he hasn't done any different race simulations. But when he started talking about the backup car, I'm wondering if this may turn into a stroke of luck for him.
A bit of a different story, I would say, this year. First time that I don't use the car that I've raced here with the accident that I had on Monday. But it's this car that I'm racing with. She's been very good to me. I've won with her before, and it's behaved well. So I'm not worried at all. I've had my Speedway car that's been with me since 2020. Every single year I've done the exact. I've raced with the exact same car. Her name is Lana, but Lana's a little bit hurt. Her crash structure was hurt. She wasn't gonna be able to make it, not because she didn't want to be there, but because, well, someone else ate her lunch.
Lana, it's what you want. It's what every white boy off the lake wants. Lana is the backup.
Ready to go.
And Lana is going to take him to victory lane, I hope. It's unbelievable that I'm sure all guys do talk about their cars that way. But the fact that he has finished second there twice and third last year, like he's so there. Mm-hmm. And now he has to use Lana to try to get there. And maybe the backup date turns out to be the winner.
Might be the one. Let me ask you this, Anthony Rothman. You're gearing up for a big-time golf tournament this weekend, let's say. Is there one club in your bag right now that if I removed that would have you feeling a little off? So the normal car that he has maybe has him feeling a little off, but there's some confidence there. But is there one club in your bag to where I said, AR?
Every golfer would answer this the same way.
The putter.
It's the putter, and then probably the driver.
Okay.
What about the driver? It would be the driver, although you could probably hit 3-wood off most tees.
Yeah.
It's the putter. The putter's the only item in the bag that technically you want to look down and feel confident. It's not really built. The technology's in there, but it's not like it's feel. It's trust.
Yeah.
It's confidence. Yeah.
It's so without that,
you had to go with a backup putter.
Maybe you be
now. If you make the first one, it's on.
Throwing the other one away.
If you miss the first one, it's over. So, Lana, it's what you want.
Let's go, Lana. Let's go. First candidate for me this week. I'm going with the guy that used to hoop at Gonzaga. I'm going with Chet Holmgren, AR, because I feel like every time I watch the Thunder and the Spurs play, I'm disappointed in what I see in Chet Holmgren. I don't know what it is. This guy is a hell of a player. He was drafted second overall a few years ago. But when Wemby is out there, this guy is just a shell of himself. He hasn't had double-digit rebounds in 4 straight games going all the way back to their series against the Lakers. But in game 1 of this series, only 8 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 50% from 3, but it was only 4 attempts, so you'll take that. But the overall body of work on offense for Chet Holmgren is just not good enough. And so both teams right now dealing with some injuries on both sides. If Jalen Williams isn't going to play in this game tonight, I think Chet's going to have to be the guy to step up and help out OKC steal one of these games on the road in San Antonio. And so he's a tremendous player. Probably would have won Defensive Player of the Year if Victor didn't win it. But I think this is such a big deal for him mentally right here, right now, because this matchup against this team, but more importantly against that guy, isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So I think he needs to gain some confidence against Wemby, and I think it's got to happen in one of these games this weekend. So I'm going Chet Holmgren, and I'm putting him on the pressure list.
Took a shot to the side of the head, too, last game, and kept playing. Showed some toughness there.
It's just he kind of gets punked a little bit.
Well, he's a gazelle
Wemby
out there amongst some of those guys.
And it's just like he himself is 7'2". You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
so
he's
it's just kind of like
spindly dude. I mean,
Wemby's not the strongest guy either. He's not. Because he's so good against everybody else. And that's the Wemby effect. I get it. I just know he's better than that. So I think there's some pressure on him to be better.
All right, there's equal pressure on both the Carolina Hurricanes and the Colorado Avalanche being down, but they're both still favorites in their series. Okay. But I'm going to put some pressure. I know someone that's probably feeling pressure is Cale Makar. So one of the elite, if not the elite defenseman in the league. And my goodness, do the Avs miss him. With no Cale, they're off. their entries, their exits. They overpass. They lose their aggressiveness. When they do shoot, they're off target. They stop back checking the same way. They're just, the top two lines kind of vanished, and Bednar had to put it in a blender the other night. And I thought Torts' group had some better juice to them, and they survived. They weathered the first storm. Their goaltending is a little better right now, which is odd because of the way the Avs have had pretty good dual goaltending all year. But I certainly think Makar, the presence of not having him because he's here, he's there, he's every blanking where, defense, power play, penalty kills, the works, like that's who Cale Makar is. And I just checked 5 seconds ago, and he's out for game 2. And I thought, listen, he gets hit one time, probably on the shoulder. He's back to square one. But I thought he'd feel the pressure to say, because they lost game 1. If they won game 1, that buys him time. If they lose tonight and go down 0-2 on their home ice, then they definitely become underdogs, even though they're such a good team. If it's the shoulder, who knows? One hit, he's done again. And like I said, they didn't buy themselves any time. I think it's a massive game 2. And in 9 playoff games, Makar has 4 goals and assists and has averaged like 25 minutes of ice time per game. So obviously they miss his defensive dominance and his offensive skill. Cale Makar's got to be feeling some pressure. Maybe they can buy a little time if they can win without him tonight.
Okay. Second guy for me is a man that was born on January 2nd, 1999 down in the Dominican Republic, and a guy that I'm so happy I did not take in the Dinger draft. Because I don't know what's going on with one of the faces of the sport, one of the most electrifying guys in the sport, but Fernando Tatis Jr. here on May 22nd doesn't have a single home run. This guy throughout his career, he's going to get you at least 20. He has 20 home runs in every single season except one. And in that season, it was only 59 games. That was the pandemic year. He's got 1 year where he has 42 home runs as well. Again, not one home run this year. He's only got 5 doubles on the season, too. So we're not even racking up extra bases. There's just no power for a guy that has shown plenty of that and then some. And then on top of that, AR, the man's batting .239. So it's not even like, hey, you're doing the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for Matty Ice. You're not hitting for power, but you're hitting for average. He's really giving them nothing. So for a team that's playing well, can they get away with this for an extended period of time in the same division as the Dodgers? I don't think so. I think they need power from Fernando Tatis Jr. It's got to start at home this weekend.
All right, I'll stay with baseball because he's been gone for 14 months. Garrett Cole is finally ready now to reclaim his throne atop of the Yankees rotation. And they confirmed yesterday that he'll be reinstated. He's back. He's going to pitch against the Rays, so a very big game and a moment a lot of Yankee fans have been waiting because he had the Tommy John surgery over a year ago. He's had some minor league appearances. He's touching the upper 90s. You believe what you read. So the stage is set now. Yep. This is one of the most anticipated returns in recent Yankee history, and a lot of people think he's ready to go. So Garrett Cole in that elbow. Let's hope it holds up under pressure.
It's cool. It'll be a fun matchup. Top two teams in that division. Last candidate for me quickly. Masai Ujiri is the new president of basketball operations for the Dallas Mavericks. I think this is a huge all season for him and his reputation. He comes in a couple weeks ago. He makes the decision immediately to get rid of Jason Kidd. Head coach, all-time player. We know all about that. But the reason why there's pressure on him now is because of Cooper Flagg. This is a fan base that is scarred by the whole Luka Doncic trade to the Lakers. And now he's got to come in and make sure whoever the next guy is going to get Cooper Flagg in the place that he needs to be. He was also the president of basketball operations in Toronto when they won the championship with Kawhi and all that. So he knows how to build a contender. But we know Cooper Flagg is legit. Now he's got to start to build around him and make sure that guy can reach his potential.
Nice. That's pressure for today. We come back in 2 minutes. And does a certain extension in the NFL change the theory about a certain draft pick? That's next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Guess which store is celebrating their 50th anniversary, and you'll get up to $180 off sets of Goodyear tires.
Oh, is it the one with the annoying jingle? Spring is here. Now's the time to get your air conditioner ready with a $49 AC tune-up from Columbus Worthington Air. An AC tune-up can help save money on your energy bill and prevent expensive breakdowns. As your local home service experts, everything we do is backed by our exceptional service guarantee. Proudly serving Columbus homeowners for 90 years and counting. Columbus Worthington Air and Bryant Heating and Cooling. Whatever it takes. Visit cwaohio.com/radio for details, terms, and conditions. License number 47543.
Grilling season starts now at Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Now is the time to call Comer & Cross and transform your garage with a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor. Maybe your garage floor has exposed concrete with stains and cracks or a bad epoxy or paint job. Well, a new Comer & Cross garage floor will transform your entire garage in just one day. Now, here's the great part of this whole story. If you call them right now, they're going to take 50% off installation. Yeah, that's right, 50% off installation from Comer & Cross when you call them today at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard, guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. Plus, they make it easy. They'll take your stuff out of the garage for you. They'll fix your cracks and pits perfectly like it's a new garage floor, and then they'll apply the proprietary finish that you pick. Yeah, I said it. They'll fix your cracks and pits. What's wrong with that? That's what you want. So call them today at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR to get 50% off installation. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to comercross.com.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice on 97.1 The Fan.
Need about 8 or 9 more of those. Just have those be every time. I'll talk to the man. When I heard this story, I actually thought this did matter. This did change my theory. This made the Rams look worse. Their pick of Ty Simpson. That them signing Matthew Stafford to an extension makes the decision to draft Ty Simpson look really odd. It does. But I know he's not going to be there forever, Stafford. Because when he announced to everybody in February that he was coming back for his 18th season, he did it during an MVP speech, basically. So it was one of the things where you're like, okay, he's not going to be around forever, but he can still play and maybe mentor the young guy. But this is very against what the Rams have been about, which is lean in and try to stack some Lombardis and
blank them picks, baby.
Yeah, it's weird. So they signed him to an extension through 2027. So they tacked on another year to his current deal. And I think most people have reacted positively based on the player that he still is. My question is, why did you draft Ty Simpson if you were planning on signing your veteran quarterback to an extension that includes $55 million in new money? On paper, it just looks like what it does for me, Maddie, is it says outside of an injury, you've just told us that Ty Simpson can't see the field until 2028 minimum.
Yep, because there's $105 million remaining on the deal that you just talked about. The new extension is 1 year, $55 million. So good for Matthew Stafford at this point in his career, because he is now, 39 years old, 38 years old, somewhere in that window of time, coming off a career year. So he couldn't have timed it up any better. Last year for Matthew Stafford, career high in passing touchdowns with 46 of those to go along with 8 interceptions. That'll win you the MVP more times than not. If they're right, this won't matter. We only come back to this story if the Ty Simpson pick is an absolute nothing in the years to come. There's not a ton of dislike for me going on right now, because I do think that within the same offseason where they make a questionable move in Ty Simpson, they have still been aggressive with some of the things that they've done. So I think they're trying to live in both worlds. It's always a questionable thing to do at that position. We did it with Penix and Cousins. We did it with Jordan Love and Rodgers, and there's been other examples too. So if this is a 2-year thing to where Ty Simpson does not play, but then behind the scenes, he's ready to go and getting everything in order that it requires to become a starting quarterback at this level. It's not the worst thing to me. It's just odd that they would do this and not really go the other way and just be completely all in. But at that position, if you have a chance to grab a guy clearly that they believe in that high in Ty Simpson at 13, they probably feel like, we're not going to be picking that high over the next couple of years, so let's do our business now at quarterback.
I think it's a very good point at the end there that you just said about that, about where they hope to be and then where they would be in the quarterback pecking order. The more I think about it, this may be a way to protect themselves against, let's say Stafford decides to retire after this year, bails on the last year. Well, that's okay too then. If he doesn't, and he goes year to year with how he feels, then this contract just gave him a raise. That's the only reason they did it then. We tacked on 2 to cover ourselves, and if he plays 2, great. That means he's playing well. But it's interesting that the contract now looks like kind of a safety net. Because if it would be more difficult to actually do a contract with him if his deal was going to expire after this season. So now they tack on another year, and the Rams can keep it the way it is in 2027, or they could revise it again. But there's still a chance. See, now the chance is very slim that Ty Simpson becomes a starter next year. That's what it says to me.
I agree with that. I agree. You know what would be scary for me if I were a Rams fan in this whole entire deal is if we get to the end of the road of the contract for Stafford, whether it's at the end of this year, next year, whatever it may be, that McVay also goes at the same time. Because if I were a Rams fan, that would always be in my brain that those reports did come out that he was thinking about retiring. And then you connect the dots to that with the energy that McVay was giving everybody about the Ty Simpson pick coming out of the draft. That's just something that I'm going to keep in the back of my mind to see what happens, because maybe McVay won't be the coach for Ty Simpson at the end of this thing for Stafford. I don't know.
Well, then the whole thing gets flopped on its head, because my biggest concern if I'm in that front office is that if Stafford comes back next year, not just this year, but he does play out the contract, then I've got to decide if I'm picking up Ty Simpson's 5th-year option on one season of football. Then what it does is it's counterproductive to me liking him and picking him. Because now, will I really know what to do? Now, if he lights the world on fire in his first year and he makes Orlovsky look like like some guy that just an O's the mentalist, then everything will be fine. But that's not going to be an easy choice for the Rams in one season as a starter. Also, with the limited experience he had in college starting, that I have to decide whether I'm picking up his 5th-year option during the 2029 offseason when I haven't seen enough of him to know that.
I can't, and that's fair to question that for sure. I can't remember whether or not I swear I remember us talking about the Packers hitting Jordan Love with some type of new money without him really doing much of anything. And I don't know if it was he hadn't played at all or if the sample size was really, really small. And that was just the world of unknown at that position that I think can be a little scary that you're talking about, is committing. Now, you're talking about a 5th-year option versus an extension over years of time. So that's clearly a much tougher decision to make. But I have something in my brain that's triggering right now about Jordan Love and the Packers, and they hit him with some money, and then maybe I questioned a little bit at the time because I didn't know what he was. And now that the deal that they have looks pretty good for him at the moment, but I'll have to go back and look. Do you remember feeling that way at all about the Packers and Jordan Love?
I remember feeling that way more about with the Rams with Jared Goff.
Okay.
I remember feeling like, why are you paying him now? Like, you don't have to.
Pre-Super Bowl?
Whenever they gave him that big deal, I thought it was too early. I'd have to go back and look at it, too, about Jordan Love, about that extension. But they did give him a lot of money. I know that. And they believed in him there. A lot of these teams are trying to get ahead of it. Because if you can get Matt Stafford even in 2027 as a $55 million quarterback, you almost feel like it's a bargain.
You do. I got it right here. It was a 1-year deal in 23 for Jordan Love before he was the starter. So it was a short-ish extension that they gave him, but he hadn't gone out there and done anything.
That's right.
But I think it spoke to their confidence behind the scenes and what they saw him do, right? And being around Rodgers and just the day in and day out preparation, that can lean yourself into some confidence, but time on task on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays is completely different, as we all know. And so going down that path of darkness, I think, is tough. But that's what it was for Jordan Love. 23, it was a 1-year extension, and then the 4-year deal came after that.
Every one of these teams is trying to do one thing usually, stay ahead of the quarterback situation in any way you can. And they're willing to take risks. They feel they've scouted him. Yeah. They feel good about him. They lean into the positive. They're not rooting against their guy.
Yeah. It's exactly what Atlanta did. Yeah. I love that you used the word risk because that word applies to Michael Penix in all caps. And I wonder now, are they regretting that? Because what one of their biggest fears was with him coming out was his injury history. Yeah. And now here Michael Penix is again recovering from another knee injury, I believe. Can't remember exactly what it is off the top of my head. But that whole situation, I wonder how much regret in-house they have with the Cousins contract and then drafting Penix and knowing that he's a guy that's been through it physically, and now here he is just a few years here going through it physically yet again.
A lot of this is stuff that fans wouldn't care about or want to care about, and I somewhat care about it, but it's sometimes these deals are done to spread money out over years and caps and signing bonuses, and it's not anything the fans really have to deal with. What the fans care about is, did you sign the right guy?
That's it.
Did you pay the right guy? Sometimes you overpay, sometimes you get him as a bargain. Yeah. Because I'm looking back at his contract, and he got a $75 million signing bonus, Jordan Love. And the extension kind of tacked on 4 years to his old deal. But the main part of it, or the main thing I'm getting out of it, is it does allow them to spread out those cap hits. The bonus spreads it out over years. So a lot of this is done. Now, to your point, you have to really believe in the player.
No question.
And now Ty Simpson is going to sit.
For probably 2 years.
Unless Stafford decides I can bail on the last year.
Yeah.
And then they've blown another year of Simpson's deal where, like I said, it comes back to how much do we need to see of this guy if we want to pick up his 5th year? Because clearly you drafted him where you drafted him. You believe in him. Mm-hmm. You're not rooting against your own guy. Right. We come back with the Buckeye Bulletin. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
All right, if you're planning that summer road trip, before you load up and hit the highway, make sure your vehicle is ready for that journey. At your main Honda of Dublin, you can count on same-day service to get you road trip ready. From oil changes to inspections, it's quick, easy, and done right. So you can drive with confidence wherever the summer takes you. No stress, no delays, just smooth sailing. Stop by Germain Honda of Dublin, just south of 270 on Sawmill Road, or schedule your service anytime at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
All the folks at Buckeye, night or day. The kitchen drain has had enough. The toilet's called it quits. Drains are clogged throughout the house. I'm gonna throw a fit.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
That's the sound of Ellie De La Cruz stealing third. That's the sound of you stealing third. Right now at UDF, buy any 2 bottled beverages and get the third one free with Ellie Steals Third. Now at United Dairy Farmers. Some restrictions may apply.
Hey, I'm Pick.
And I'm Bull.
My partner here is making his first do-it-yourself fix-your-own-car video.
How do I look?
Like you need a shave.
I'm serious.
Go!
Hey, this Friday through Monday during Dollar Days at Pick and Pull, every part you pick and pull from the yard is 50% off.
You're such a DIYer and social influencer.
From doors to fenders, every part is half off.
Yeah.
Seats are just $15. Doors are $25. Floor mats are just $1.
Are you posing?
Yeah, influencers pose.
This Friday through Monday, fix your car yourself and save 50% off any part during Dollar Days at Pick and Pull.
Hey, it's Anthony here for the Good Feet store. This is the time. You want to be outside. You need to be outside. But do you really want to be on your feet if they're killing you? That's why I went to the Good Feet store. I stressed about knowing I would be standing at a multiple-hour event or even playing in a golf tourney where I knew I would be walking. But when I got fitted for my personal arch supports, it changed the game for me in a great way. I honestly feel much better supported and aligned, and it's taken the pressure off my lower back. I could feel the difference instantly in my test walk at the store. Just a solid foundation right from the get-go. And now, every day, everything feels a little better. Their experts will personally fit you like they did me. And do what I did. Take the test walk around the store and you'll feel the difference. I've learned it all starts with the feet. And when you get the proper support, everything feels better. You can make an appointment online or just stop in the Good Feet store. They're in Grove City or on Polaris Parkway in Westerville. Or get started right now at goodfeet.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
In the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Thanks. Is oil marked down?
Save up to $15 when you buy 5 quarts and a filter.
And fuel treatment?
2 for $9 on Lucas.
Brake pads?
Marked down to free.
Free?
Get free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 Duralast rotors.
That's several markdowns.
For many more miles.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s kind of like him. Hey, did I hear there's a pill version of Ozempic? Yep, you sure did. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets 9 milligrams and Ozempic semaglutide injection 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Mornings on the Fan have never been larger. T-Bone is large. Tybus is getting large. Get large with them. T-Bone and Tybus.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
Your home for large people and larger personalities. The Fan.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Save up to 50% on new windows from windownation.com.
I'll take a poll here in the studio. Where is your fatigue level on discussing college football expansion?
I've reached my limit.
Oh, you're at that's it.
Just for this week. Like, you get me through a weekend and I'll be recharged. But sitting here this week, not us, but just everywhere, it's 24-16. The Big Ten wants this. SEC wants this. It's like, fine. Okay, so I'm kind of, for this week right now, I've reached my limit, I think, on the topic. Come back Tuesday, I'll be ready to go. But I have some fatigue now. I do.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, I haven't maxed out yet. I am hosting Sunday and Monday, so check with me Monday at 4 o'clock, and I may be completely done with it forever. But, yeah, you guys aren't here, but we're having a special Memorial Day show.
You grind.
Saw it opening, hit the hole.
No, but I meant that literally. Like, it's probably going to come up Sunday. It's probably going to come up Monday. I'm going to be knee deep in all of it. And then
thigh deep.
By the time that I show up to work on Tuesday and you guys are like, hey, I've another thought about that. I'm like, you guys take it. I'm sitting out that segment.
Burnt out.
But
yeah, I get it.
I have, there is like some sort of like angsty enjoyment out of watching this sport just kill itself right in front of us, because I have this.
I don't think it can.
I mean, look, I'm always going to hold on to the fact, myself included, like, the games are going to be on in the fall, and we're going to watch them. But I do not consider what is taking place. Like, I really care about, like, the history of sports and, you know, not trying to turn everything into, like, a GOAT debate or anything like that, but just from generation to generation, I really care about that stuff.
I do, too.
And I feel like this current iteration of college football is so disrespectful in a way to everything that I watched before it, that I just don't consider it a part of it. Like, I don't have that kind of motivation. And so it's doing it to itself.
You basically said what a lot of people have felt for years, that money ruins a lot of things. And the difference is the results don't speak to it. Because I could sit here and tell you that the NFL should be ruined by now. free agency and going to different teams and no loyalty and ticket prices and just crazy salaries and players doing stupid things and nothing has ruined it. And with college, the same way. We've gone now to players making more than coaches and we even discussed, the portal and guys going to 3 or 4 different schools in 5 years and nothing has ruined it. And especially in college, because the emotion, and I'm not saying the emotion people have, let's take a Browns fan. So the emotion a Browns fan has for his or her team is immense, similar to what a Buckeye fan has. But I always looked at college as a little more, just even a little more emotional. That despite knowing that you could have a receiver making millions of dollars to play college football and go to school, that they still, at the end of the day, want Ohio State to win more than anything in their lives. Maybe even more than they want to achieve success in their own life. Honestly, it solves a lot of hurt for people. It does.
It's real.
And nothing ruins it. And you and I had countless conversations about live golf. And I said to you that it just hurts me. I'm glad he even used that phrase. It turned into a funny thing where I was, so anti-live that it became kind of a deal on the show, and I brought in live and let die, and I feel like there's a mini victory lap. It's not even over yet. But this is what hurts me the most. What hurt me is that guys that I really, really admired, who I thought were playing for tradition and money, I get the money, but it was like, I want to win Jack's tournament. I want to win that PGA Tour event because they've been playing it for 70 years. There's history there. And when I heard Bryson DeChambeau say, well, if I don't play on the tour, I'll just become a YouTube golfer. This guy's won majors. What was driving him, the motivation was just, all right, I'll just swim in money and be on YouTube. Mm-hmm. That's fine, too. And that's his life. But that's what hurt me about it, is it dissolved the tour that I love so much and the tradition of some of these events. And I'm into things evolving in sports. They have to. That's why I'm not going crazy about the NCAA tournament. That already was busting at the seams. Who cares if they play another 4 or 8 play-in games? Yeah. It's not bothering the main bracket for me. College football is getting into a weird spot where we don't know right now whether the regular season is going to mean as much or anything to us when everything will be pushed towards the playoffs, similar to March Madness. Not that you wouldn't watch an Ohio State basketball game, a good regular season game. You would. Just wouldn't have the consequence. And we're starting to get to the point where that could happen with college football. Now, right. I did read something yesterday that was interesting to me. Actually, Bruce Feldman, we were talking about it with him, that could Ohio State, Michigan actually be worth more if they get rid of the Big Ten title game? Now that you don't have that, could that be a pseudo-championship game many years? It's possible, but I don't think anything can. I think people can be mad about it and feel they're hurting the game.
Everybody's showing up to the party. I think.
Seems like it.
What would turn me off, because I don't want to speak for everybody, is if somehow, some way, the sport itself became gimmicky. Meaning, what I'm seeing on the field changes a lot.
You might in some of those playoff matchups.
I'm saying, rules within the game, AR. That's what would, the sport itself would have to change.
If the NFL kickoff went to the college game?
Or just something even crazier than that, TLC. I don't know, some wacky rule, hey, college football's going to 3 downs instead of 4. Something like that. It would have to be something so crazy.
Well, they were talking about getting rid of kicking altogether at some point, remember?
Which I'm not that mad at. But I'm just saying, if the structure of football is what it is and some of the traditions and all that are still there, I'm going to be there.
Would they have to change the name, Maddie? They got rid of kicking. Would it just be ball?
Well, the NFL has, no pun intended, kicked around the idea of dropping, or I don't even know if the NFL considered this or if other people were just suggesting this for the NFL, but dropping the onside kick and substituting in a 4th and 15.
Which is entertaining.
I get your point, though. And I will declare it again. It's not that I'm not going to watch the games. Yeah. Okay? I don't need to watch Shawshank again. We don't need to watch Seinfeld again. On Saturdays in the fall, the games are on. We'll watch them.
For sure.
It just doesn't feel important.
The regular season?
Yes.
Yes, and that's my biggest beef with this.
Dude, the race, the competition for taking over number one in the rankings was huge. Yeah. That was like everything. Mm-hmm. And now it's just like this feels like in the worst way possible, this feels like minor league NFL. Like these guys are all just like chasing their own NFL dreams. Like the games that they're playing don't really matter because they're all playing for a draft stock. They're playing for their money. They'll play for their draft stock. It doesn't feel like the games that are being played, and because the stakes are lowered because of the expanded playoffs, it doesn't feel like Saturday to Saturday we're watching history. Yeah. It used to feel like
that's fair, and I think I agree with everything you said. And AR, you brought up basketball, and TLC, you're talking about the vibe around the regular season. You know how we can watch a number one fall in college basketball on a random Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever it is, and there's not really that much care about it because you have the wiggle room to recover, and there's so much more road to go. Like, that's going to be a little bit of the energy for me around college football in the regular season.
Dude, Northern Illinois winning in South Bend was one of the biggest upsets of my life. Yeah. Notre Dame played in the national championship. Yep. Come on.
The line that I've quoted from Smokey and the Band, like, for the good old American life, for the money, for the glory, and for the fun, mostly for the money. Like, that's where we are now. We'll come back, top of the hour, deep dive. SEC versus Big Ten, though. It's fairly big. And it's heating up even more. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome back to what is that thing? Today our guest is
Dr. Melvin Parsbrucker. I invented the sump pump.
Ah, the sump pump. I've heard Apex pros talk about those.
Yes, the pros who knows are true experts in sump pumpology.
So, Doctor, what is that thing?
You see, a sump pump is a device designed to pump out sump.
Sump?
For the pump.
You say the pump pumps?
Sump.
Sump. And what exactly is sump?
It's what gets pumped.
I want to be sure I'm hearing you right. Sump?
Sump.
And that's what gets
pumped. Look, maybe Apex Pros can explain it at your level.
Well, Apex Pros says some pumps are made to keep groundwater from accumulating and flooding your basement, especially this time of year with the big spring rains and the uniquely shallow water table in and around Franklin County. A simple sump pump can protect your home from tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
It's made to sump the pump.
Of course.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and a cool, refreshing mountain dew. So give me my good things, give me a dew.
Grab some friends and an ice-cold Mountain Dew today.
Mountain Dew.
No one plans to get into an accident, but when it happens, we strive in making life easier for you. This is Justin Hinderer. The Hinderer Motor Company Collision Center is ICAR certified and certified by many manufacturers to provide the best quality repair available. All of our repairs come with a lifetime warranty. We have our own 24/7 towing service so you never have to wait. Plus, we offer on-site rental cars for every lifestyle. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com. CFB.com.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Common Man and Timmy. Voted America's dumbest show by Marconi voters. Common Man is a Columbus radio legend. And by legend, I mean it's a miracle he hasn't been fired yet. And Timmy is, well, Timmy will complain about anything and everything. And he kind of looks like a woman. Giggity, giggity, giggity. So there's that. Common Man and Timmy.
Sponsored by Hinderer Motor Company.
Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on The Fan.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
I have a buddy who's going to be popping the question soon. He's planning everything out. He asked me, can you help me out with the ring? I said, of course I can. I've got a guy, Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Now you talk, Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace. I'm your guy.
Go in, see my friends at Worthington Jewelers, tell them I sent you, and you'll get the true VIP experience.
I'll treat them better than I treat you.
That's not hard. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged. And tell them Common Man sent you.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon, I'm Isaiah Jacob. Last night, the Cavaliers dropped Game 2 to the Knicks, 109-93. Cleveland now heads back home, trailing the series 2-0. The Cavs return to the floor tomorrow night with Game 3 tipping off at 8 o'clock. In MLB action tonight, the Guardians continue their series on the road against the Phillies with first pitch scheduled for 6:40. The Reds are also in action tonight, hosting the Cardinals with another 6:40 start. Ohio State is making an addition to its football staff, as SMU recruiting assistant Kylie Green will fill the opening created earlier this month following the departure of Nick Murphy. And the racing world continues to mourn the loss of NASCAR star Kyle Busch. The two-time Cup Series champion passed away yesterday at the age of 41 after battling a severe illness. Busch leaves behind one of the most successful careers in NASCAR history with more wins across the sport's top 3 national series than any other driver.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com.
All right, final hour, Jensen Lewis, bottom of the hour, 2:30. We'll talk guards, red-hot Guardians. Maddie's Reds, 4.5 back in Milwaukee, still very much in shouting distance there. Let me know what year this is. The Guards and the White Sox leading the division. Or White Sox are like 3.5 back. And
the Guardians part, that's kind of the norm for us. They've earned a lot of our respect based off their consistent play. But yeah, the White Sox and where they just were, like, it's honestly crazy in the world of sports what we saw this year. The Detroit Pistons being an absolute embarrassment just a couple years ago, and then the White Sox being an absolute embarrassment. Both teams are really, really having a lot of success at the current moment.
It's the hidden value. It's the counter to the argument that money's ruining sports. It is a little bit of the counter in that I remember when you and I discussed this about college football, and we were, you were like, keep it at 4. And the one thing I brought up to you was, we may get some matchups that we've never experienced. We may see some new blood in there, which gives it a little bit of a good feel. Maybe I'm more into that than you guys, about seeing a little bit of an underdog program show up out of nowhere.
We just saw it this year.
We just saw it to the
highest level,
theatrical level, being 16-0 and Indiana football.
Oh, we're talking about. I thought we were talking about the White Sox.
Oh, well, no. I was bridging off what he was saying, which is that we're seeing team like free agency and transfer portal and new coaches and like the hidden value of all this movement and the conference homogenization, like everything kind of like I hate the geographical stuff, like that. Like I said to TLC during the break, Maddie, that college football is like taking a little piece of me every few years, just taking a little like teams in the West Coast joining the Big Ten. Like it's just taking a little piece.
The ACC covering 3 different time zones.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The sport has become so money hungry. That's why we're here.
They see it. Well,
that's why we're here.
Well, we're here because they couldn't keep the players down any longer. And what I mean by that is, I remember when we were discussing years ago whether players should get paid. And I thought they could have band-aided it better if they would have given them a little more freedom. Because what we were watching were coaches who were getting paid millions, bailing on their teams whenever they wanted to.
Mm-hmm. With the ability to come back in whenever they want to.
And the new school that hired them would just foot the bill for the buyout.
Yep.
We want you badly. We'll take you. This was my dream school. I've got a better team here. So we're watching these coaches get freedom that the players didn't have. And I think that's what was the initial thing that bust through the wall. Yeah. It was like, how can you prevent these guys? Because we had the conversation of, okay, you can transfer, but you can't transfer within the conference to keep the competitive edge proper. And I thought that was okay. Then it was, you can transfer, but you've got to sit out a year. Okay? So it's not, you don't get that instant where you can just hop on a team and go. So I thought all that stuff was pretty good, but it was just a Band-Aid. It was a Band-Aid because the coaches weren't staying loyal to their recruits and their teams. And it turned into, well, how can we expect this of our players if they're the ones that are driving this whole thing? And I think that's what really turned it. And I don't really know, like I said, I don't really think Buckeye fan truly cares, because they still care about their players and they still care about their coaches and they care about winning. And they care about being the best. And they're still doing that to a really high level.
Yeah.
And the pain of the players only makes them even more like gods in the fans' eyes. It's not doing the opposite. It's not saying, oh, like, wow, this is the joke. Aren't these guys supposed to be going to school and getting an education and getting a degree? Yes, they have scholarships, but they don't even have to go to school. Or they're getting paid so much they'll never have to attend a class. And I think it hasn't turned anybody off. It's almost made them look like, I can't believe we have a $5 million receiver. And so they're actually stating it as more of a gloating part of it. Like, we're getting. So now the tail's wagging the dog, whereas it's people were initially like, this sounds kind of sleazy, this buying players and paying for players. Now it's more like, hey, when are we going to buy some players?
I don't watch games on Saturday and think about the dollar figure. So I was trying to think during the break of things right now around college football that I don't love, and it's the conversations all the time just about the playoff and all this stuff. Like that, to me, when I get to Saturdays, that stuff's not in my brain. So while I might be a little turned off by some of that stuff right now in May, when we get to August, September, and beyond, I don't personally think of that. It's not in my brain at all. Like, I'm enjoying what I'm watching. And so this is where it's going. Like, they're not going to turn back the other way. Now, that absolutely isn't in the cards. And so we just have to accept this and move forward and hope that what we watch as far as the sport we love isn't turned into something we don't recognize. The overall business of the sport has completely changed, but the game itself is still, I think, something that I'm going to enjoy. And if that's the case, AR, then I'm kind of okay with where this thing is going.
Yeah. The games are, at times, the games are very competitive, and the playoff has been somewhat competitive. Not early on, but it has been. And when you get a juggernaut like Indiana was last year and rolls through Alabama and Oregon, but they played a really tough game against Miami and almost lost. Like, the championship game was great last year. It's very competitive. It went down to the wire. Ohio State played and lost a couple very close games. And the Ohio State-Michigan game still means a lot to people. They don't care how much it costs. People are still going. They don't care if tickets are $250, $300, $400. They're
it's
going.
the same thing, because you're so right. It's the same thing, and you guys know I'm a big wrestling fan, that WWE was just going through, is that TKO took over this thing, and they were charging fans through the roof to just get in the building. People were complaining about it. It was a big, big talking point, but they were looking at the numbers and saying, well, we're still selling out houses. We're still selling out arenas. And so college football, the NCAA, they're hearing all this noise that's out there right now, the pushback that's out there from the traditionalists when it comes to fans about paying players and all that. But even the people that aren't caught up in that but don't like the thoughts of a 24-team playoff, 16-team playoff, they hear that noise, but they still know at the end of the day, we're going to have so many people consuming this sport that there may be a vocal minority.
That's it.
It's never going to turn into the majority.
I said it last week that until they know for a fact they're going to lose customers at a massive rate, whether eyeballs watching or people going, until they know that for a fact, they're going to keep trying to expand for money because the TV networks want it, their executives want it, the administrators in college want it. The only real argument right now is, how do you replace conference championship games to recoup that money and make more? Honestly, I think that's the conversation, because the SEC wants, 16, and the Big Ten, everybody else wants 24, because I think the SEC looks at their SEC championship game as being something pretty massive. Like, that's something they would love to keep if they could.
They were one of the first. They had that since 92, so they were way ahead of the game in terms of just having a conference championship.
Makes a lot of money for them. The other thing they probably look at is that on most occasions, we're going to get the bulk of our conference in a 16-teamer, where the bottom of the Big Ten can only really take a bite at this thing if there's 24. Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like
based off of last year's
Iowa, USC, Michigan, teams like that would be in it if there was 24. And I'm wondering if that's the real difference between the SEC and the Big Ten right now.
It'd be something they would like to brag about, I'm sure. So I think you're absolutely on to something. I don't think they love at the moment all the chirping that's coming from our neck of the woods about the Big Ten winning 3 in a row and all that. So I think they want to reclaim as much power as they can, because while, yes, the Big Ten and the SEC are the kind of standalone power conferences of the sport, the SEC wants to be leaps and bounds above the Big Ten, because for a while, that was the perception, is that top to bottom, and especially at the top, that the SEC runs this sport. And now that's kind of been flipped on its head. And so if they want some of that energy back, then I'm not surprised if that's part of the reason why they want 16.
They just feel like their conference from top to bottom is more talented than the Big Ten, despite the Big Ten being better up top right now and having some top-heavy teams that can win a title. But if they can get Vandy in and Texas isn't left out, then they feel much better about a 16-teamer, because why do they want to open the door to teams that aren't even in their conference? And they're trying to, I guess, hold on to a little bit of the regular season and that championship game because of how much money that can make. Because if you get rid of those, you get rid of the SEC title game. See, the Big Ten's probably thinking, okay, we're willing to give that up for the 24 because that's going to get us in this thing. And then that's the money we can recoup. Where the SEC goes, we can look at the rankings. We don't have any teams between 17 and 24 that we're worried about.
Right.
That's you guys.
It's your problem.
Yeah.
Not mine. I also don't know. And this is just a knee-jerk reaction.
Thing. It's not every year.
It's my knee-jerk reaction is, as I really don't know if it's that clear. It's clear cut that the SEC top to bottom is that much better than the Big Ten right now. Like, I don't know if it's that clear, definitive, the way that they're making it seem.
Yeah, it's clear to a couple people. Maybe we'll play that soundbite next. It's clear to one coach, and maybe a couple. You'll hear it next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
We've all been there. You come home after a long day, only to find water dripping from the ceiling. Your roof has decided it's had enough. And now, frustration sets in. Another unexpected problem added to your never-ending to-do list. At Newman Roofing, we get it. That's why we make the process simple and stress-free, handling every detail with professionalism, so you don't have to worry and can get back to the things that matter most to you. So, how do you begin? Step 1. Schedule your free estimate by calling our office at 614-NEW-ROOF or visiting our website, newmanroofing.com. Step 2, meet with one of our trusted representatives who will guide you through the best plan for your home. Step 3, we get to work, and you watch your roof transform before your very eyes. Whether it's your roof, gutters, or siding, the Newman Roofing team is here to guide and support you every step of the way. Call today at 614-NEW-ROOF to schedule your free estimate and experience the Newman Roofing difference. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Planning to buy a home in 2026? Not sure where to start? The Ohio Housing Finance Agency can help. With a step-by-step homebuyer's guide and financial tools, the Ohio Housing Finance Agency can make homeownership part of your future. Eligible homebuyers may qualify for down payment assistance and reduced mortgage interest rates. To see if you qualify and to find a mortgage lender, visit myohiohome.org.
Hey guys, it's Baker, and we are out at Pick and Pull for their 4-day Memorial Day sale. Get 50% off all parts you pull from the yard. You name it, 50% off. Yard buster prices on doors, $25. All seats, $15. Sun visors and floor mats for just $1. 2716 Groveport Road. I'm here until 3 for your chance to win fan gear and prizes. It's Pick and Pull's Memorial Day sale, now through Monday. Come out and say hi.
Grilling season starts now at Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. Gas prices are up. You can drive smarter with a fuel-efficient Civic, Accord, or CRV hybrid. More miles on every tank and keep more money in your pocket. And here's the best part. Great lease and finance rates are available right now for qualified buyers. Get so much more out of your tank of gas. Visit Germain Honda of Dublin. They're just south of 270 on Sawmill Road, or shop anytime at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Think you know Buckeye football? These two say, hold my beer. The Beat with Austin and Berm.
Sponsored by the Waterworks.
Daily on the Fan's YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We are going to see some heavy rain develop as we head into the afternoon and evening. Could see some localized flooding, so make sure you stay weather aware. Temperatures getting into the mid-60s with breezy winds, and then for tonight, the rain continues overnight. It will be steady, and temperatures down into the upper 50s with the breezy winds continuing. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfolo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Free Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, there's a nice split going on between the SEC and the Big Ten. This fight is not on the field, and that's why it's tough to really care a lot about. But as fans of the sport, you have to care, right? You just have to. If this thing doubles up right away and turns into a mini March Madness, that is not going to feel good. The games will still matter. You're still playing for seeds. You still can't lose too many and feel good.
But AR, let me ask you this, sir. Can you promise me, can you promise your boy that the games will be good when we get to the college
playoff
football
games.
Can you promise me that?
I get it. But yeah, but you're used to watching. So here's the counter to that. The counter is that 6-7 Ohio State games a year are blowouts.
That's real.
I mean, people don't care about that.
But we're not dressing that up as these are the most important games.
I agree, but every game is important to Buckeye fan. Every game. And all we're talking about now is, have you seen their schedule? And what are we talking about? Texas, Indiana, Oregon. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about 3 or 4 of the 12. We're not saying look at the 12. We're not.
No, that's accurate.
Maryland, Northwestern.
We'll put some respect on
at
Ball
Nebraska.
State, sir. Put a little respect on Ball State.
You did. It's
a gauntlet.
It's the ramp-up game to Texas. Watch them actually give them a game, right?
I don't know why I said that.
It came out real fast. You were just... I know why you said it, because it was a game that counted.
Right. Like, you're coming out of the
ramp-up was being nice.
It's your first official game.
If you would have called it a warm-up game, we wouldn't have had the same reaction.
Tune-up.
Tune-up game would have been fine. He said a ramp-up.
Well, let me tell you, when they go from Ball State to Texas, it will ramp up. So he's not that far off.
Okay, so I'm accurate. I'm accurate at that. Okay.
So the television factor is always interesting because the partners are split, and Fox is endorsing 24, and Fox is the Big Ten's primary broadcast partner. So maybe that's why Petiti is towing the network line.
Remind the folks who the primary partner is for the SEC when it comes to TV.
Well, that'd be the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network.
Yep.
And they hold the college football media rights, and they're the SEC's only TV partner. And they have a different desire.
They do.
They prefer no more than 16. Anything bigger than a 14 triggers a clause in ESPN's $8 billion contract that allows the CFP to be taken to the market for other broadcasters to potentially outbid the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. Now, I don't know if anybody would do it based on, we're talking about a playoff, which sounds like money, but it's also bad matchups, bad early run matchups. Remember, this is not the NFL. The parity does not exist at that level. And so 9-24, while I do think we would see an upset or two, I'd be actually rare if you didn't see an upset of some proportion if they went this big. It happens in March Madness. It probably would happen in football, not to that level. But the contract runs through 2032. So that's the part I find interesting. That if I connect the dots, and we always follow the money, and if the ESPN's only partner is with the SEC, and if they go higher than 14, it triggers a bidding war, then of course, I mean, you don't have to be Fellini to figure out that the money is driving the conversation, because why else? Like I sat here in the last segment and said, well, maybe it's because the SEC, well, that's money, the championship game, or maybe because they always know they're going to have most of their teams in the top 16, so that's good. But I don't know. I mean, Petiti's case for 24 it's just clear to me that it clears the first weekend of December for conference championship games. It opens room for the playoff to begin 3 weeks earlier. And the national champion, which this I actually do like, would be crowned no later than the second Monday of January. But I don't know. Let's hear what Lane Kiffin has to say about, he believes, a fairly sizable difference between, in general, the broad difference between the SEC and the Big Ten.
I think it's set up in a good way for the top heavy teams there right now. I think now, and it's going to get better. We're going to 9 games, and our bottom is harder than theirs. Okay, and our bottom stadiums, are harder than theirs. So we're going to beat each other up more, and they're going to sit up there and have 2-3 hard games a year, and so their top teams and our top teams, when they go to the playoffs, okay, they're in better shape. Mm-hmm. That stuff matters. It's why, I've always been a proponent to stay at 8 games and let us make our own, whoever we want to play in non-con. Don't tell us who we have to play. Right. And we would do the model of the last place I was just at. Look at we went 20-0 in non-conference regular season games at Ole Miss. 20-0. We didn't play any of them big openers. This place went, in a 4-year span, lost 3 or 4 openers.
Yeah, they had played hard games of the
So
openers.
you play, yeah, that's so great, whatever. Well, you don't get rewarded for it because it's not worth it enough in the strength. But also, that schedule where half your games you don't have to get up for, it's a mental toll that you got to play when you're getting up for. Plus, also, man, your good players are out by the fourth quarter, so your play count at the end of the year is less. One of the really good teams there rested a couple of their good players in games in conference games at the end of the year.
That's fine. You guys also schedule Wofford.
Thank you.
A week before a rivalry or the end of the game. You get a bye week like you do.
And you're also losing me when you start talking about venues. Me personally, I don't care. I don't care about
those
that.
Could matter.
Me, that's what I said. Me personally, I don't care.
That is kind of based on how good your team is.
Yeah, it's like really Lane, and then you try to play the card of the medical reports for all the Big Ten teams. Like, oh, you guys are healthier than we are. How do you know?
Because
Tim sat on
he
it.
doesn't know that for a fact. He just believes that,
and that's all.
By playing not another conference game in a conference that he believes is not as strong.
Those are just a couple of the things that I'm just like, okay, Lane. Like, that was
the Lane train.
A little reaching going on there for
these
me.
These are Josh Pate, who covers college football, wrote something. Let me get the date on this. This was back in March. And he has the top, toughest college football stadiums. Okay? You guys haven't seen this.
No, but I could probably rip off a few of them, and I'm sure it's,
Go ahead, Matty, rip them off.
LSU and Bama at night, and I know where this is going. I know.
There's nothing here day or night.
Okay.
It's just the stadium. There's no time of day.
What did he rip off, though? How did he list them?
Would you guys like to see how many of the 10 you can nail of this list?
Get the music ready.
Yeah.
Remind me of the topic again.
Remind him of the top. Can we have the question again? These are the top
language of origin.
These are the top 10 toughest college football stadiums.
Okay.
Kyle Field. They're in there.
Kyle Field, Texas A&M.
Yes, Texas A&M.
They are number 8.
Number 1 is LSU.
They're in there, but they're not number 1. Tiger Stadium is number 2.
The Swamp. Is that in there?
Who does number 2 work for?
Florida.
That would be what? Ben
Hill?
Yeah. Benny Hill Griffin Stadium. Peter
like that.
Griffin Stadium. That would be number 5.
And who made this list?
Joshua Pate. Do you want to know what the topic is again? Top 10 toughest stadiums.
I was writing a tell the truth question. Okay, Josh Pate. We'll keep it down south. Let's go. Is it Sanford Stadium?
Sanford and Son Stadium, the little one next to them. Georgia, that is correct. Sanford Stadium. Matty already mentioned Bama. Bryant Denny.
Yeah.
All right, so that's
Bryant
5.
Denny Stadium. I mean, so we have A&M, Bama, Georgia, Florida, LSU.
Would he have put Neyland in there?
Neyland is number 1.
All right.
Interesting. Number 1.
The Vols.
We're 6 for 6 so far.
Can we go 4 for 4?
We've only picked SEC schools.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of this exercise, to see if there's anybody outside the...
Did he put Darrell K. Royal Stadium?
Texas?
Yeah.
Darrell Royal, dance with the one that brung you. No.
Okay.
Not in there.
Can I get the
Jordan
question
Hare.
again?
Jordan Hare is in there.
That's a good call.
Number 7.
There's 7. Okay, so
there are
7 of
3
the top
Big
10.
10 schools in here.
Okay, well, we've cleared the 7 non-Big 10 schools.
Michigan, Penn State. Penn State for sure.
I bet you he put Nebraska in there, not Ohio State.
It's not a bad call. As a wild
Ohio
card.
State is not in there.
Okay.
Nebraska.
Michigan is not in there.
Penn State is.
The Beeve. The Beeve at night.
For sure. Got to have that. Is Oregon in there?
Autzen Stadium, Eugene.
I wasn't even thinking
They
West
are in
Coast.
there at 4.
What year
and there's
is it?
one other one.
Not Nebraska?
Nope.
Kinnick.
Nope.
From the Big Ten?
Yep.
Washington.
Washington.
There we go.
Husky Stadium.
Yep.
Sail in the boats. Sailgating.
Yeah, whatever.
We're coming back with J. Lou in 2 minutes. Can the guards keep it up? Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
When you saw your heating bills this winter, did you think this is out of control? The problem is your house is leaking money, and the only thing higher than your heating bills are your cooling bills. Steve here from USA Insulation. Let us fix your energy bill problem for good. If you aren't foam insulated, you really aren't insulated. For $99 a month, interest-free, we'll foam your home and help cut those energy bills. 529-2440 or usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Hey, Columbus, buy a new Ford at the same price of Ford employee pays. No markup, no haggling. Right now, Capital Ford of Columbus, get employee pricing on F-150s, Super Duties, Explorers, Mustangs, and more. Thousands in savings. This deal ends soon. Come to Capital Ford today, priced for you.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Crowd the plate at your own risk. It's time for some chin music with former big leaguer and president of the Bald is Beautiful fan club, Jensen Lewis.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Feeling the heat? Call the experts at Logan Services now for hot deals on Train air conditioners.
He's the man. He's Jensen Lewis, VSiN by the books and MLB Network Radio on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems bullpen phone line. I'll hit you with the big one first. How was the old birthday doubleheader, Top Gun, Maverick, the whole deal?
Oh, my God. Boys, great to be with you as always. I don't feel 42. Maybe I look it, but the old 21-year-old's still in there. The arm, not so much. We're glad we're retired there. Outstanding. Again, my first time seeing Top Gun original in the theater was me, Michelle, and two other people, and it could not have been any better. Just the thrill of a lifetime. One of the formative movies of our careers. So love to see it. Had a nice little gentleman's dinner, if you will, at Lanning's. The two of us got to a little KC strip, bathed in truffle oil, some of the best El Grad potatoes I think I've ever had. So if you're in the Northeast Ohio area, highly recommend Dean Martin's Lanning's for a night you'll never forget.
Thank you, Dean Martin. All right. Hey, real question about that. When you're at this fine restaurant, did the server write the order down or just go around the four of you and say, all right, I got that, I got that, I got that, I got that?
Yeah, mental memory. Could not have been more punctual. The service was 10 out of 10. My glass never got below halfway in the tank there. Was constantly being watched over. And I got to tell you, it was an amazing experience for sure.
We talked about this the other day on the air about how I don't want my server to not write it down. Just get it right, write it down.
Yep.
And a mutual friend, Tim Belcher, texted in during that conversation, and Belch says to me, you don't impress me by taking my order and not writing it down. You'll impress me when you get it right, so write it.
So that sounds like a mound visit. Hey, you're going to impress me when you get this guy out. Don't tell me you can get him out.
That's it. The Guardians are on fire. They've won 6 in a row, 9 of 10. They're red hot, and this streak has launched them to the top. So now they're 3.5 up on the White Sox. So I don't know what year this is, but they typically wouldn't go all in and suddenly become buyers Is there a deal that you would anticipate them exploring? Anything for a top middle order, a bat in that lineup? Could you see them adding to the offense, and should they?
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty left-handed heavy guys when you think about it. Schneemann, who's now been put into the leadoff spot with dropping Quaney down there, of course, DeLauder and Manzardo, and Bazana. Yeah, that's basically your 3-4-5, right? It's very left-handed heavy. Your only switch guys are Angel Martinez and Jose Ramirez. So from a theoretical matchup standpoint, of course, you would love to find a right-handed power bat. But the numbers don't lie, guys. And this is still the beauty of baseball, where you can read the numbers and they make absolutely no sense. This team currently is 26th in team batting average, but they're 10th in runs. They're 10th in on base. They may not be getting the hits, but they got plenty of traffic, and they're making it stand up. I think the most important part is the bedrock of this group, right? It's a starting rotation. You know, Gavin Williams, who gets the start tonight. This might be, not often, guys, do we see totals that are at 6.5, but this might be an advantageous spot to buy up tonight, pay a little juice under 7.5 between Gavin Williams and, oh, by the way, here comes Christopher Sanchez, who's on a 29 2/3 inning scoreless streak. So what a setup you've got for tonight. But, AR, make no mistake, you're always looking to add middle-of-the-order offense or at least lengthen a lineup, because we know what wins in October, right? You got to be able to generate swing and miss on the mound. You got to be able to slug and hit the ball out of the ballpark.
You brought up the left-handed bats in the lineup. Let's lock in specifically on one of those, and that's Travis Bazana, because this is the guy that I think is showing some promise as of late, J-Lou, with what he's doing at the plate. Racked up a nice amount of hits in the Reds series and in the Detroit series as well. So just talk about what you've learned about him since he's come up to the big league.
Yeah, the last, I think, 7 games, and even if you want to go back to probably May 13th, that's 8-game stretch. He's hitting .406, an OPS of 924, and it really feels like the game is slowing down. Only 6 strikeouts in 33 plate appearances, so that's excellent. It feels as though he's adapting quickly. We knew that the bat-to-ball skills, at least from all the scouting from the last couple of years and his quick ascent through the minor leagues, that was a tool that would translate quickly. I'm anxious to see where the power kind of goes. Again, a couple of homers. You're only 21 games into your big league career, but boy, what a great addition there. And the way that he's generating offense, hitting usually in that 5 spot, been a boon here to help out DeLauder and Manzardo.
All right, so the Reds tie the tourniquet on here, but that division is getting weird. The Brewers now have become hot. So the question, and Maddie would admit to this, the bullpen needs help. Now, if you were kind of running things or looking at things, do you wait for that help, or do you go outside and get it?
Yeah, I think the hard part is if you look at just Santillan and Ashcraft, and I'll even throw Brock Burke in there, the overall body of work is actually pretty good. It's just that everyone has stunk here the last 2 weeks, and it kind of has that avalanche effect. Once it gets going, it's hard to stop. Fortunately, you've got Burns and just the unbelievable season that he's had. He's going to be an all-star, barring something unforeseen here. But I'm with you. When you look at where you can augment your club, remember, this is a Pagan hamstring injury that, it was just so hard to watch in Chicago. The oblique injury for Caleb Ferguson hurts too, because those are 2 really good leverage arms. And, of course, your closer at the beginning of the year. So it's easy to say now, AR, that, yeah, you're always going to be looking for bullpen help, and I still think they will. You might, though, be getting into the Great American Small Park days as we get to the end of May, early June, where it starts to heat up. You get the humidity, and I think it's going to help the offense. Make no mistake about it. They can hit the ball out of the ballpark. They've just got to be more consistent getting on base. They cash in when they do that. It's just kind of been that ebb and flow here. Sal Stewart, back to where he was at the beginning of the year. Spencer Steer, been a nice little addition. Blade has kind of tailed off just a little bit, but you need contributions. The bottom of the order, guys, 6 through 9. Any contribution right now would feel like an absolute boost, because I think the top and the middle of the lineup have been carrying the day.
Would they lean into, hey, we can get some starters back, and that fills the need.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I mean, you think about Hunter Green, and they're not going to rush him, but if you get him back before the All-Star break, and you keep treading water here, the shoulder issues with Lauder and Williamson, that's always tough because it is a Bermuda Triangle sometimes with the shoulder. We kind of know what to do with the elbow, but sometimes when you have those shoulder injuries, it takes a little bit longer to get it isolated and get it rehab. The gift that keeps on giving, guys, we usually say is the American League Central, because it doesn't feel like it's ever over until the final weekend of the season. That played out last year. I think the same can be said of the National League Central this year, because you got some teams that are playing way over their skis. For instance, expected win-loss record right now of St. Louis. They should be 24-25 with their run differential. They're 28-21. When you look at the Cubs, we kind of talked about their rotation issues. They've actually been able to tread some water here with those issues. Can they do it the next couple of weeks? We'll find out. Reds are just 2.5 games out of a playoff spot entering play today. I think they're okay. Still not fully healthy. When they get there, I think they're going to go on a run.
You got in our last minute, J-Lou, any bets popping off for you? Anything jumping out to you in your mind this weekend or tonight that we should be looking at?
Yeah, I would say the under 7.5 for that Guardians and the Philly game. Garrett Cole's first night back. I think the boys are going to kind of answer the call here against the Rays. One nugget for you. We had Jack Arute, a great IndyCar analyst on our show earlier today. He says live bet the leader at the Indianapolis 500 on lap 185. Go back and look at the winners of years past, and whoever's in the first 3 rows, if you want to take that before the race, those are your 2 keys for the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Down the stretch, that I don't know what live odds you'd get, but you're right. You try to find somebody that maybe isn't leading there, and then bet that person live.
Love it.
At 185. Any home runs for Friday? We got 3 of our guys going in great matchups. Jordan for Maddie, Alonso for me, and Olsen for TLC. They got great, favorable matchup metrics.
Boy, Olsen against Yuri Perez. Oh boy, that might be interesting. Hey, we could see some runs at the Great American Ballpark too. I mean, it's Leahy and Paddock. We'll see what happens.
All right, my man. Have a great weekend. Enjoy.
You got it. Thanks, boys.
It's our guy, Jensen Lewis, on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. You guys been keeping an eye on those home runs? Because I think that one of those 3 guys, which is odd that I've asked him, because I think the metrics really line up tonight for one of those 3 to hit one.
Okay.
Either your guy, Jordan, my guy, the Polar Bear, or Matt Olson for TLC.
I sure hope so. But
how are we doing now at the end of the week here? You don't have to do the whole calculation.
I already did the whole calculation early in the show. There's a little bit of movement because
up top,
one particular player in the pool has 5 home runs in his last 8 games.
One particular guy in the pool
has 5 home runs in his last 8 games.
Team Iceman?
Not Judge. Who, Jordan?
We couldn't keep down Juan Soto for that long.
The man that y'all laughed at. Y'all laughed at your boy taking victory laps on me and Juan Soto when he went down.
Is Eugenio Suarez back?
I think he's back. I think he is. I think I just saw something.
They got rained out, by the way.
Yeah.
Reds just got rained out.
That's at
split double tomorrow
at home against St. Louis.
So Matty doesn't have to go down there tonight. He was all ready to go. O's is coming back for a return engagement.
O's the fraud is what we call it.
That's awful. By the way, rarely agree, but you have to admit that Cowherd stole that whole segment. I mean, we were in lockstep.
Mm-hmm.
He even used the woman getting sawed in half analogy.
I'll give you Pablo's response in the next segment.
All right. Tell the truth coming your way next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
Cash, moolah, greenbacks, toast, Grilla, chips, bread and mold, cheddar, butter, lewd and scratch. Find the lettuce. Make a match. Lettuce, gravy, game on the back for $30. That's a wrap. There's many words for cash, no doubt, but there's only one $30 cash word. Check it out. Cash word from Ohio, lottery. It's $30, yo. Cash word, it's fun to go with millions of prizes, don't you know? Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with a $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
It all connects. The girl who walks for hours to bring home the family's water, the school she can't attend most days, her little brother's belly laugh, her dreams of being a teacher, an engineer, the mayor. It all connects. But at Child Fund, so do we, through everything we do, so every child can grow up healthy, educated, and safe. Because we need each other. Learn more at childfund.org.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. I love my Kubota tractor, RTV, and zero-turn I got from Green & Sons, and you can check them out online at greenandsons.com or visit them in store in Mount Sterling or north of Marysville and Raymond for all your Kubota needs.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2026 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10 TV and The Fan to relaunch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes. This week's honoree is Gus Teller, a freshman history teacher at Olentangy who truly builds community. Every day, Mr. Teller connects with students, leads with a smile, and makes history meaningful to the students' lives. From bad jokes to Star Trek, Gus creates a classroom where students feel valued, supported, and inspired to understand today's world together.
It's Cinco de Monzo at Hothead Burritos, and the Hothead Scratch and Win is back. Every single card's a winner with tons of free stuff, including free burritos for a year and even a grand prize Caribbean trip. Get scratching at Hothead Burritos.
Join the Fan weeknights at 6 for the Buckeye Show. And if you're asking if it's just a bunch of homers rooting for all things Ohio State, yes, it is. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio's sports destination. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tell the truth with Rothman Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Tell the truth, Maddie. If I see Garrett, Myles?
For the record, have you had any face-to-face with Garrett yet? Myles? Yeah. No.
And do you have another Garrett on your team? So if I see Garrett Myles in the bathroom, should I pull a Matty Ice and go full Ed Reed and try to grab that selfie for you?
Please. And also ask him, do you still want to be in Cleveland? Still want to be here?
No, we know he doesn't.
Of course. Does he truly want to
What do you mean?
be
He signed
there?
on the dotted line.
Well, that $40 million a
He
year
wanted
will do
the
it.
money. He didn't want to be in Cleveland.
That's it.
He wrote the letter. He put it out there.
Think about that. He wrote a letter clapping back at his GM.
I'm not going from Cleveland to Canton.
I mean, think about
it's amazing.
that. And here we are. Then he was smiling ear to ear.
This is so funny because sometimes, like, I view what we do as just like us kind of talking to fans and interacting with fans. Like, you know, the listeners who are driving around in their cars tuning into this show are predominantly sports fans. And so I mostly think that with athletes and the people and coaches and people actually involved in this stuff, that like all of the noise surrounding this stuff, I'm just like, why would they care about what we're talking about? And then you have Myles Garrett putting out a very public letter like that, requesting a trade. Like, no, he does care what, and I'm sure, and he's not the only one. So I'm just using him as an example because of what we're talking about. But like, no, people do care what people are talking about on the outside, and you know, some of them want to jump into the discussion.
$160 million can make you reverse course
all day.
And that's exactly what happened. The goal was never to go from Cleveland to Canton.
I love it, man.
And then right after making a trade request, he's ear to ear on ready to go. I'm excited.
Hey, man.
I'm excited to meet my coach one day.
Money solves a lot of problems. It causes a lot of problems.
No doubt. I think all of us sitting in this studio, I think everybody listening would do exactly what Myles Garrett did. Everybody. Hey, I may not really want to be here, but I'm not passing up on that. I'm not an idiot.
Couldn't he have gotten something like that somewhere else?
But he would have had to wait a couple of years, right?
They weren't.
Because it was an extension.
Yeah, they didn't want to trade him.
No, they didn't. I understand why they didn't and probably still don't. And I don't think this is going to be a thing. I think he'll be playing for them come fall.
All right. Do you believe he will, if he's at the game, he will be shown on the network?
Whoa, that's a good...
Will he be shown just on the Jumbotron?
Yes, for that. But not, is it only? Because NBC...
WNBC.
I think it's NBC. No, ESPN, whoever the broadcast is. I don't know if it's ESPN or NBC, but
they're not going to stream it.
As much as we love
NBC.
As much as we love the state of Ohio,
It's
and
on by the way, it's on ABC.
It's on ABC. So the
it's on NBC on the Western Conference is on NBC.
Yeah.
As much as we love Ohio and the cities in Ohio, we know that Celebrity Row at a Cavs game is not the same as it is going to be at Madison Square Garden. So if the broadcast team has plans of showing the celebrities that are in the house, he will be one of them.
He'd be the one.
He'll be one of them. And you.
Yeah, that deserves a... All right, what do you got for us? Take us home.
All right, so I told you before the break that as we talked about Colin Cowherd basically kind of defending Oz the Mentalist, saying, yeah, he's a magician. Like, big deal. You outed someone for doing tricks. That's what this is all about. And so, he called out Pablo Torre by name, which, by the way, I give Colin Cowherd credit for, because there's this weird tradition in this industry where if you call somebody out, you kind of walk it back with, I don't need to say their name. You know who I'm talking about.
The verbal subtweet.
Yeah, it's like, well, then say their name.
Twitter.
That's what it is, right?
Quit being a feline. Just say their name. Like, we all know who you're talking about. So Colin Cowherd, I give him credit because he mentioned Pablo Torre's name multiple times.
Yeah.
As he then, kind of went after him. He's like, oh, yeah, what? I bet you next you're going to tell us Penn and Teller didn't actually saw a lady in half.
Okay.
Basically saying,
I said the same thing when we did it. It's O's the only reason he came across as a guy that was
a witch
reading your mind. And so he didn't come out with this, I got a great trick for you. But why should he say that? He's not doing card tricks.
Doing mind tricks.
Yeah, so it went unsaid. That's why I said the other day, I don't want to live in that world. Thanks for ruining it for us, Pablo. I know that doesn't happen.
But here was Pablo's response, because he quote tweeted this clip of Cowherd, and he said, this would make sense if Oz's book and TED Talk didn't sell people on learning the
air quotes, skill of mentalism, decoding body language, nonverbal cues, etc. This distinction is why I reached out to Steve Baskin in the first place, as our episode explained, blah, blah, blah. So
it's a good point.
And
That's fair.
I haven't read O's the Mentalist book, but I will take Pablo's word for it. I assume that he has. And so apparently O's the Mentalist has been selling this as a skill of mentalism.
That's tough for O's.
Maybe O's over time has picked up on some mental cues from people.
That is quite the spin doctor job right
Defense
there.
attorney in the house.
Wow. Maybe over time.
Maybe he started as a magician and then became skilled.
Maybe there isn't a God. Maybe somebody that's been around so long, they know everything.
Well, Pablo Torre claims, and I'll take his word for it, that O's the Mentalist in his book is selling that.
Yeah, the book is a problem.
It's a skill.
The book is a problem. You just
can't
said
outrun
TLC.
that.
Yeah, you can't sell it as a skill. That is that's just robbing people right there.
There have been a lot of people that
makes O's look bad because he's outing everybody else as having not read his book.
But there have been a lot of people that have written controlling mind books, meaning your mind is a powerful weapon. Here's how you can use it better.
AR.
Like there have been those people.
Just take the L with your boy. You don't.
It's not an L for him. It's just an L for all of us.
You don't take many of them.
Magic
Because if he goes away and all those fun things go away,
you and all your homies at the O's headquarters just take the L. That's all. You guys, it's okay. You don't have to defend your boy.
Actually, yeah, no, you're the one magician who is defending him because Pablo Torre said in the clip we played yesterday that everyone else is like, F him.
Correct.
Brought all you guys in here to defend me, and the only guy I got on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer.
I've heard it before.
Yeah. Movie? Oh, wow.
When in doubt, TLC.
No. Not that.
It's not A Few Good Men.
Nope.
I've seen that movie.
God, if you could end the week on this, that'd be another...
Say the line again.
Core power in there for you.
We got 20 seconds. Say the line again.
You were all brought in here to defend me, and the only guy I got on my side is the blood-sucking lawyer.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Nope.
Oh, I felt good about that one.
You got to tell us there. What is it?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jurassic Park.
Geez,
yeah, I do know that was made in 1993 or debuted or whatever in 1993. Random trivia that I know. We got to go. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. It's Go to Jail Friday. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. AR.
Enjoy the holiday. Be safe. Thanks for listening. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts.